as proof of the unimaginable possibilities in the Marvel multi-universe, we give you the one person who could play Victor Von Doom.
Robert Downey Jr.
New mask. Same task. When I tell you I like playing complicated characters.
I know who I am. I'm a dude playing the dude disguised as another dude.
Man, this is absolutely insane, okay? We just got the announcement that none other than Robert Downey Jr. is going to be returning as Dr. Doom. And this is honestly insane. Avengers Doomsday, directed by the Russo brothers and starring Robert Downey Jr. Like, we are back in a major way. And they put it on full display, okay? They put it on full display. I mean, look at it. I see a lot of mixed feelings about this on the internet, and I would love to know how you guys feel about it. Please put it in the comment section down below. But I actually think that this is a great casting for Dr. Doom. The man who started it all is now here to end it. New mask, same task. And I think that that little sing-songy verse right there is going to tell us a lot about this Dr. Doom. Now let's get into it. As you can tell from the start of this video, I'm on board with this completely. I think that this is a really dope idea and a narrative point of view, as of course, like I said, the man who started it is now going to be the man who ended it. Now, I am looking at this from a Dr. Doom, the character point of view, rather than Victor Von Doom, the man point of view, if you understand what I'm saying. Joe Russo definitely announced him as Victor Von Doom, but I believe that's because we didn't know that it was Robert Downey Jr. yet. You know what I mean? Like, we did not know that Robert Downey Jr. was going to be Dr. Doom until he took that mask off. So I feel like he had to introduce him as Victor Von Doom. And I say all that to say that I don't think RDJ is actually playing Victor Von Doom, but he is playing Dr. Doom. I don't know how many times I'm going to say Victor Von Doom in this video, but let's find out. Let me know in the comments. Super great idea having a non-Romani Doom, guys. Amazing stuff. It's not only comic accuracy that feels like this, it's a lot of other people that I have seen online say this, but I feel like this sums it up really like just quick, fast, and in a hurry. And I do want to shed some light on this and talk about it a little bit. And I do agree with this on a certain level. Like, it's not a good idea to have a non-Romani playing Victor Von Doom. I agree with that 100%. But again, I don't think that's what's happening here. I just don't. Let me try to explain what I think is going on here, because I know that Kevin Feige loves to invert comic stuff on themselves and make it the opposite of what it was in the comics. You might be saying, what do you mean by that? Well, there's a comic run called Infamous Iron Man, and in this comic book, we see Victor Von Doom take on the mantle of Iron Man. Tony Stark is presumed dead, and the mantle of Iron Man has fallen into the hands of Dr. Doom. And Dr. Doom ventures on a journey of redemption, old adversaries such as the Thing questioning if he is truly reformed. And then villains like Wizard and Hood are seeing him as a viable target because he's trying to be a good guy. So on one hand, you have Infamous Iron Man, and in the other hand, you have Secret Wars number 5. Secret Wars number 5 shows Doom unleashing the countless Molecule Men that he gathered to kill them, and then the Molecule Man acts as a conduit to steal power from the Beyonders, giving it to Doom, making him God Emperor Doom. This is how Battle World comes into play and a lot of other things with all of that multiversal madness that starts happening within the comic books, okay? So you take those two things, mix them together in an inverted way, and that's kind of what we got going on here, but that doesn't mean it's factually what's going to happen. Again, I will make the note of saying that Joe Russo definitely introduced Victor Von Doom, and then he revealed himself to be Robert Downey Jr. But I feel like he introduced him as Victor Von Doom because we didn't know it was Robert Downey Jr. And if we're being completely honest here, the Russo bros and Marvel are not the most honest people when it comes to these things like this. They will lie for the sake of hiding these spoilers. If I'm not mistaken, they all but just said that leading up to Deadpool and Wolverine, saying that they put out these fake leaks and doing all these other things to throw curveballs to everybody, so we did not know what was going to actually be happening in Deadpool and Wolverine. I definitely think that Marvel is playing the long con here. I mean, I've seen people saying it already. Why wouldn't they keep this just as a reveal for the movie? That would have been an amazing reveal inside of the movie. And I think it's because they want us to kind of still be finessed into thinking that we know everything that's going on just because they said Robert Downey Jr. is going to be Victor Von Doom. Nothing else to worry about here. I think there's a lot more to worry about with this announcement. Let's not forget, this announcement came from the guys who told us time and time again that the movie was not called Avengers Endgame, only for it to be released as Avengers Endgame. Andrew Garfield said he was not in Spider-Man No Way Home until the day the movie released. I just feel like we are not supposed to be falling for the smoke screen that is in front of us. Let's not forget that every outlet under the sun was announcing that Giancarlo Esposito was playing the character G.W. Bridge. Everyone thought that. Like, that was what everybody thought was a fact. And it ended up just being a factoid. And now we know that he is not G.W. Bridge, but he is the Serpent Society leader, a completely different character who's a freaking snake man in the comics. Like, we do not know what's going on. Feige absolutely loves to invert things on their head from the comics into the movies, right? So I already showed you we had Dr. Doom becoming Iron Man. Now we have Iron Man possibly becoming Dr. Doom. In the comics, Iron Lad becomes Kang the Conqueror. And now we have Iron Man replacing Kang the Conqueror as Dr. Doom. It's like, it's all breadcrumbs right there. Am I asking you to put on a tinfoil hat? Yes, I am. I am definitely asking you to wear the tinfoil hat and follow me down Theory Lane. When you follow the breadcrumbs, I think there is enough evidence there to make the assumption that Robert Downey Jr. could be playing a Tony Stark variant of Dr. Doom rather than actually being Victor Von Doom. He might even act like he is Victor to other people, but no one really knows it's actually Tony under the mask. I think that's a big possibility. I don't even think it's outside of the realm of possibility for this Dr. Doom to be the one that is from this universe with Pedro Pascal's Fantastic Four. Even back when people were speculating about the Stark Tower, aka the Avengers Tower, being replaced by the Baxter Building, it raised a lot of questions as to if Mr. Fantastic Reed Richards and Tony Stark Iron Man actually knew each other in this universe, and maybe Tony had screwed over Reed Richards in their past. I'm just asking you to grab a ticket to Speculation Station and don't turn down what I'm saying just because you don't think off a rip it could be possible. Open up your mind. After the first Avengers movie, Tony was willing to do anything to protect the Earth. He wanted to put a suit of armor around the world. Just imagine what he would do if he truly lost people that he loved. Because up until Spider-Man in Infinity War, Tony didn't really lose that many people. Obadiah wasn't even his homie like that. He turned on him. What If did a wonderful job exploring what would have happened to Doctor Strange if he lost his heart instead of his hands. What would happen to Tony Stark if he didn't have proof that he had a heart? What do you think about the possibility of Dr. Doom actually being a Tony Stark variant in this universe? This is kind of one of those, it's crazy, but it's crazy enough that it just might work. And getting to see Pedro Pascal, Mr. Fantastic, and a Robert Downey Jr. Dr. Doom it just sounds... Oh man, it just sounds like it could be amazing. Before bringing this video to an end, I do want to make a note of saying that Victor Von Doom's heritage and nationality is just as important as Magneto's, as Black Panther's, as every other Marvel character that was visioned that way. And I'll be the first to let you know that I have not done a 23andMe on Robert Downey Jr. But according to Wikipedia, Downey's father is half Lithuanian Jewish, 1/4 Hungarian Jewish, and 1/4 Irish descent, while Downey's mother has Scottish, German, and Swiss ancestry. I also never got an A in geography, but after I Googled it, I found out that Lithuania is 18 hours from Romania. I just definitely wanted to do a little research and my due diligence if he does end up being Victor Von Doom, because I am only coming with theories here. Let me know how you guys feel about all of this information I have presented to you in the comment section down below. Are you excited to see Robert Downey Jr. playing Dr. Doom? Do you want Robert Downey Jr. to be playing Victor Von Doom or a Tony Stark variant? Let me know how you guys are feeling in the comments. With all that being said, I appreciate What is up, super fam and bro Avengers alike? I am Sensei Finito, aka Wayne Sensei, and welcome to Marvel Bros, where we discuss all things Marvel and everything pop culture. And today we are gonna be talking about all of the Doctor Doom Avengers 5 Doomsday stuff that's gonna be going on. It's crazy, it's wild. I can't believe the announcements we got yesterday from San Diego Comic-Con, but here we are today and we're talking about them. I am pumped to kind of discuss and see how everyone is feeling about these crazy announcements that we got from San Diego Comic-Con. And if you guys didn't know, I'm going to have the man, the myth, the legend, Mike Beezy himself here on this show as well to talk with us about all the things that are going on. I really did enjoy San Diego Comic-Con. I thought it was shorter than I expected it to be. If you guys know that, if you guys checked out that list that I put out, then you know I was looking for a lot of things. You know what I mean? I was looking for a lot of things. We did not see a lot of the things that I was looking for, but nonetheless, I was still really pleased with what we got from San Diego Comic-Con. They turned it into a Stark Expo all the way. Like, it was kind of wild. It was kind of wild, actually, how they really just turned it up there. But I am really pumped to check out all of the, well, not check out, but to just discuss all of the different things that are going to be going around with this one, man. The overall news has kind of hit the internet. People have already put their reactions out there. People have responded, and the overall response is not really anything. It's not leaning towards any side, to be completely honest. It's really just heavily in the middle on how everyone is feeling about this lineup of what's going on with these characters, with Robert Downey Jr. being not Iron Man, but with being Doctor Doom. I mean, you know, nobody really expected it. You know, nobody really expected it. Nobody knows how to feel about it either, and that's awesome. I love it, and I also want to watch and find out what they're doing exactly, because if they're doing the opposite of the thing, then, you know, if they're doing the opposite of what we think is going to happen, then it's like, okay, I'm not sure what they're doing. But if they actually hit the nail on the head and do the damn thing, then it's going to be like, oh, okay, well, this is amazing. And then let's also add watch and find out. All right, let's we got the poll going up already on the YouTube channel, but I also want to throw that poll here in the chat. So let me know, how do you feel about Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Or are you just going to watch and find out? I really want to know how you guys are feeling. I'm going to definitely tell you guys all my thoughts, theories, and opinions on what's going on here. But first, I want to make sure my G Beezy is ready. Oh, wait, I see him in the chat. Mike Beezy said, checking in. All right, bet that up, bet that up. Good live broadcast. Hey, I appreciate you, mister. Yo. How you doing, man? And what's up with it to my guy, Mike Beezy, brother? I want to know how everyone is feeling about this crazy news. Let me see. Let me get you in here, Beezy. Actually, Let me close out all this. I had no idea I had so many things open. Damn. That was crazy. Let me see. Let me see if my guy is ready. Got the phone ringing. Greetings from Turkey. Hey, yo, that's what's up with it, mister. Yo, big greetings from Turkey, bro. Greetings from America, my guy. That's where I'm at, yo. I'm in the U.S. I'm in California. California, man. How are you feeling about how are you feeling about the news of Dr. Doom being Robert Downey Jr.? And how did you feel about Deadpool and Wolverine if you've seen it? Because I am loving it. I saw my own name. Yes, sir, Mr. Krasinski. What's going on, man? I hope you're vibing, brother. I hope you're having a good Sunday. I hope everyone's having a good Sunday today. I'm definitely having a solid one. I'm chilling right now. Oh, what's up with him? Okay, bro. You're in the Discord. All right, G, how you doing, my man? I hope you're having a good one. I definitely want to jump in the Discord as well. But let's see what's going on. Tomorrow, we should be jumping in the Discord and talking about all the stuff that's going to be going on within Deadpool. All the stuff that happened in Deadpool. MCU is feeling pretty If MCU is feeling desperate. Okay, that's how you're feeling about that? Yo, what's up with it, Mr. Morty? How you doing, G? I can feel how it does seem like desperation, and I mean, let's keep it real, right? It is desperation. Like, let's not forget that their main villain, they had to fire him because he was all in the news recently, right? Like, he was all in the news recently. Like, that was a very public dispute that happened, a very public battle. It was in the courts, the whole 9 yards. And then they did not, they held on until the very end. We just saw so much about Kang going on, and then they have to pivot from Kang at the very last second. That's definitely something that I also want to talk about once we start getting the panel going and just kind of talking about it a lot more. Because I think those are some good points, though. I think those are good points. Like, yes, the MCU is feeling desperate. Yeah, like that's a fact. That's a fact. The MCU does feel a little desperate with this, but I don't think. I mean, yes, they are though. But I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that Feige actually thrives when he's in that moment of being desperate. You know what I'm saying? Like, being desperate. Because I don't really think he's desperate for it. I think he has a plan, and I think he has a backup plan, and then I think he has a backup plan for that backup plan. And we're going to talk about some of those plans as well. Got a lot of stuff going on here. Let me put this water up here. Man. MCU was desperate. Damn. Oh, let me drink the water. How about that? Oh, Lord. Hold on. Your boy got cotton mouth like crazy right now. Let's fix that real quick. Okay. MCU is desperate. What else were we saying? Oh. Jonathan Majors. Kang the Conqueror. The Plan. Reboot. Soft reboot. The man who lives. The man who died. Obviously that. Okay. I'm just writing a couple notes down. Because these are some topics, and I do want to ask questions about each of these things. And I possibly want to bring some people in and bring some people on and ask how they feel about those things as well. So, first question. Let me get a 1 in the chat if you think this is a desperate move coming from the MCU. Let me get a 1 in the chat if you think this is a desperate move. Let me get a 2 in the chat if you don't. Yo, I see what's up with the G. I appreciate the like on the stream. What's up with the Dior? I appreciate the like on the stream. Shout out to everybody over there on TikTok. Boom. Okay. Yo, I had cotton mouth like crazy. I had to chew some gum real quick. Sorry to see RDJ. I think it's not the right direction. Okay, you don't think that it's the right direction. Why do you not think that this is the right direction? I really want to talk with you guys and know how you guys are feeling. I think I'm gonna even possibly do some call-in stuff with within Discord. So if you're in the Cord, you might even have a chance to give your piece a little bit. But keep it G. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. So yeah, I mean, in my opinion, no. Well, before I talk about my opinion, I want to know what your guys' opinion is. Do you think that this is a desperate move? 1 in the chat for yes, 2 in the chat for no. Is this a desperate move from the MCU? And if you think that this is a desperate move, out of 10, what would you rate this on the scale of desperation? Like, is this a 10 out of 10 desperate move? Or do you think that this is maybe a 7 out of 10 desperation, you know? You know what I'm saying? Hope that RDJ can pull it off. Yeah, bro. I really think RDJ can pull it off. I think it's something he can do for surely. Like, unequivocally, I think he can pull it off. But do you guys think the same is really the question. You know, do y'all think that this is something that he can pull off? I hope to come to America in my future life. Can you help me get there? Hey, man, anything is possible, bro. We could make it happen, brother. You never know. We could make it happen. We could make it happen. You never know. 1, okay, so you don't think this is a desperate move? Wait, no, so you think that this is a desperate move, Morty. Okay. Why do you think that this is a desperate move? 2, okay, what's up with it, Chris? Why do you think this isn't a desperate move, yo? I kind of want to know how everyone is feeling. You know, this is an open discussion thing going on today, so I want to hear I want to hear how y'all feeling. Let me know if it's like, yeah, this is how I feel about it. It's a good thing or it's a bad thing. I really want to know, what the temperature check is out there, because what I've been seeing overall is, just people are dead set in the middle, you know what I mean? Like, when I see, well, not people, but I see overall feelings is really just dead set middle, because people are either saying this is awesome or this is really bad, and it's like, that's a middle ground in my opinion, because it's not everybody saying it's bad and it's not everybody saying it's good, and that, so I want to know what's going on, what's going on there. And I want to know why people feel the way that they're feeling, and what can we see? Maybe we can even talk it out here and kind of go deeper into why it could possibly be a good idea, or why it is a bad idea. He's possible. You know, I want to know. I want to know what's going on. 8.5 out of 10 desperation. Okay. 8.5 out of 10 desperation. Okay. I don't know if it's that high necessarily. I think it's maybe like a 7. I think it's like a 7. I could think it could even be like a 6.5. You know what I mean? 6.5 out of 10 for desperation. What's up with it? Now?
Hello there.
Here's my thing. All right, here we go. It's lazy because they trashed Kang Dynasty. Okay, I feel that. Do I have that note on here? I put Kang the Conqueror, so let's just put Kang. I'll put Kang's Dynasty under there. I'll put Kang Dynasty under that. I think that's actually a good note right there, brother. I think that's a good note. I can definitely be on your side with what you said. You know what I mean with that, for real. Like I understand what you mean, for real. We're gonna talk about it more. We're gonna dive deep, brother. Yes, there is a Doom variant that's Tony Stark, but it doesn't expand the universe much. I feel you there, brother. I feel you. But the thing is, there's more that's going on here behind the scenes that I think we have to also dive into and just discuss, right? And that's what we're going to do with Mike Beezy right now. Desperate move because Robert Downey Jr. is so iconic as Iron Man, the one who kind of jump-started the MCU. It feels a little too soon to bring them back to play another prominent MCU character. I feel you there as well. That is a very good... That's a good one, yo. I like that. I'm going to definitely put that in the notes as well. Because once me and Beezy start talking, I really want to go through each one of these issues that you guys are bringing up kind of one by one, kind of talk about them, and kind of figure out, just discuss it and go a little bit deeper in on how how that kind of correlates to more stuff. And I see Beezy in the chat already, already doing damage control. That's how I feel. We're doing damage control right now, because I know people are losing their minds over this, and some in a good way and some in a bad way. But either way, it's still something that I think we should be talking about, discussing, and kind of maybe trying to figure out what could really be going on in the MCU, bro. Because, oh wait, there we go. I was like, what is happening? Let's just normal that up. Bam. The one who kind of jump-started the MCU. I don't know if you've seen my video. I'll try to link it in the chat, but one of my videos that I just put out is kind of actually talking about that, yo. And I even say that the one who started it all is now the one who will end it all. You know what I mean? Like that's poetic as hell, bro. Like I love that because I know I've seen where the future of the MCU is going to be going for a while now, and I think it's kind of coming as a curveball for a lot of other people, though. And that's why I keep saying, like, I feel where you guys are coming from with what you're saying. Like, it is a curveball. It is kind of a left field thing. It is a little desperate, but not as desperate as I think a lot of people are thinking it may be. He will only be Doom up until Secret Wars and change with a new younger actor for the long term in the MCU. Here we go. We're cooking now. All right. Let's get it now. I think, Beezy said he's ready, so I'm going to give him a call. We're going to get Beezy on the line, and we're going to start talking more about this and nerding out and get, digging deeper into all these things. Let's see. There we go. All right, hello?
Yes, sir.
What's up with it, Mike Beezy? Yo, the man, the myth, the legend, brother. How you doing, G? How you doing?
Doing great. Multitasking, doing dad stuff, doing husband stuff, getting food and stuff. You know how that go.
Hey, man, I
thought I was gonna be free. Thought I was gonna be freed, and everybody hit at the same time. So I'm like, all right, let me do it.
Brett said, fine. Fine, I'll do it myself. I feel you, though.
Right.
Bro, I hope you've been having a good day, though, my G. I'm already knowing, it's Sunday. We getting ready to start this new week off, brother. And, man, San Diego Comic-Con yesterday was insane, bro. Like, they dropped some crazy shit for sure, brother. What would you say is your favorite thing that they dropped yesterday, G?
Ooh, I think for everyone, I think everybody can collectively agree on the RDJ. The RDJ. I really enjoyed the little sizzle reel that we got from the Fantastic Four with the reveal of Galactus. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah,
and I think everyone can collectively, whether they liked it or not, it probably was the biggest moment of the night. Just tuning in was RDJ, man, because
bro, it was crazy.
they kept that one close to the vest, dog. They kept that close to the vest, and I didn't know. They had me. I was
crazy
like, all right,
poker
cool.
face, right? Like, what in the world?
I'm telling you. Like you said earlier with the smoke screens, yo, they had the smoke screens pumping for that.
Yeah,
man.
G. Like I think even this in itself is a little bit of a smokescreen, you know what I mean? But we'll talk about that a little bit later, bro. But yeah, I loved the RDJ announcement, bro. The way they pulled up with the whole Doom Legion, and then just having the one just pop out, you know, and then RDJ pull it off. Like, damn, what a reveal, brother! What a reveal. That was amazing. How do you feel about, you know, RDJ being Dr. Doom, man? How do you feel about that?
Personally, I love it. I love it because it's a full circle thing, and then like we jump back out and start a new circle. You know, like y'all was saying, it started with him, it ended with him. Oh, well, guess what? We're back with him again. This time on the opposite side of the coin. So it's kind of the same thing, just reversed now, right? And so you kind of get it from another perspective. So it's kind of like we were saying earlier, like this is basically what if playing out in live action for us. So it's kind of a cool aspect. And I think the best part about this, if everyone kind of takes the time, step back and look at it, I think the best part here are the stories that you can tell with the other characters. Like imagine the emotion automatically, like we even haven't to see it on screen yet, the emotion that you're going to get from Peter Parker. You know what I mean? That was like his father figure. Imagine seeing that play out. Or Rhodey. Right?
That's true.
BFF. Imagine how that's gonna go over. What Pepper Potts? You know what I mean? Like these relationships that were forged over these last, 20 plus projects, man. Like we're going to see how all of that gets shaken up. And that's insane
and we
to think
know it's
about.
The multiverse, but no one else knows how that works in the same way. You know what I mean? Like they not gonna look at bruh and be like, oh, this isn't Tony. Like that's the first thing they're gonna think is Tony. You know, like what's going on here or what's happening? Like that's just amazing, brother. They're going to accomplish a lot of attention without having to do the same amount of legwork. And I feel like that's why people are like, yo, this is a desperate move. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, it is a little bit of a desperate move, but it's not as desperate as I think everybody thinks it is. Would you say that this is a desperate move coming from the MCU and Kevin Feige?
Let me preface this by saying I understand that sentiment.
Yeah.
But I do not agree with said sentiment. I look at it like this. All right, it's basically knowledge. It's basically Marvel acknowledging all the complaints. Yeah, everybody had so many issues with Phase 4 because it was different. There wasn't like a singular person that you could kind of connect with over all of those movies. Right? We had Tony for the beginning and then everyone else around him. Right? We didn't have that guy for Phase 4, so to speak. Right? It was kind of all over the place. There wasn't really like an overall arching villain for it. You know, it was just like different things here in the like WandaVision. There wasn't even like a true villain. It was just grief. Right? It was just how to process grief. That's really Wanda's story this entire time has been how to process grief. Right? I mean, there hasn't been like a villain like Agatha.
I think all of Phase 4 was, grief. It's just everyone grieving about the shit that's happened because it was insane. You know, I mean, I thought that's what we all asked for coming out of Endgame. We wanted to see that
Storytelling,
reactionary
right?
phrase. Yeah, we wanted to see actual storytelling start to weave together, because it's like, hey, there's no way this huge event just happened and everyone is just gonna go back to being just the same. And then everybody was like, oh man, we're just seeing reactions from everyone. It's like, okay. Yes, that's what we wanted.
We're dealing with people who were snapped from out of existence, and then all of a sudden they're showing back up. You know what I mean? Like, that's not just going to be, back to your regularly scheduled program. Like, this, it's going to take time. So, I think that particular aspect of it kind of got overlooked in Phase 4. Because, I mean, to be fair, we were all trained to look at these movies a certain way because that's how they presented it to us. So when they came with a totally different style in Phase 4, it was kind of like, hey, yo, what is this? But, some people are resistant to change. So I think they get back to that particular thread of there's this guy that we can follow along the whole way, even though he's kind of not the guy. He's still the guy, right?
Exactly. And I mean, just to kind of keep it going though, I feel like it is a little bit of, I don't want to say it's desperation. I just think that, hey, we just had to literally shift everything that we were going to do in the public's eye. So now we have to actually make a stance on that, because we cannot ignore what just happened with Jonathan Majors. And I think that's something that a lot of people are kind of ignoring, is the entire situation with Jonathan Majors. We have no idea what that contract really was looking like when it comes to Kang. Like, he could have had it to where no matter what, he gonna play every single Kang that ever happens, and if anything goes on, they can't use it anymore. And they might have even had to pivot from the name Kang's Dynasty because of that contract that they have with him. There's a lot of things that we don't know that could be going on in the background right there. And I just feel like, hey, we could even still see Kang. Like, do you think that this is the end of us seeing, like, Kang the Conqueror? And do you think that this move is, back to being desperate? Like, do you think that the replacing of Jonathan Majors with Robert Downey Jr. is even a desperate move, or is it just a smart one on their part?
I think it's a smart one. You're going back to old faithful, so to speak, right? Like, you got the people where you go to a restaurant, you always order the same dish every time because you can trust it. I think this is that situation. This is that situation, right? It's like you go into whatever you like to eat and you get the same dish every single time, no matter what, no matter who you're going with, because you can trust that dish. You know it's going to be there. It's always good. I think that's what they're doing here with RDJ. And I guess you can, in a sense, I can see how people are saying it's desperation. I think it's just a smart audible because, like you just said, and I didn't even think about that, we don't know exactly what was part of the contract surrounding Majors in all his movies. Like, maybe the title is part of that, you know what I mean? And so that's a good point. And the second part, to answer the question about Kang, I do believe we will see Kang again.
Okay.
Just to throw this out here, Doom was always part of the plan. Kang was going to lead us there. I think what they did is they shifted the focus on how we get there, but Kang is still going to be a part. I think what they've done is they've kind of reduced his role, so to speak. I think that's probably the best way to say it. They've reduced his influence, his appearances, how it's all going to shake out there. But eventually, Kang was going to lead to Doom. And then Doom was going to take over as that guy and take us up to and through Secret Wars. Because, I mean, if anybody's familiar with how that story goes, Doom becomes the guy, right? God Emperor. He takes the powers from the Beyonder, and he's the man. Like, you're not messing with Doom for like a good 8 years. He was the guy, right? You wasn't fucking with Doom.
And that's kind of the next thing that I also wanted to talk about too, is like it's very poetic what they did all the way around, right? It's like I have already said it. It's like, Harry Potter style. The boy who lives came to die, but the man who started it comes to end it. Like it's right there. It's all right there. But then you also have Kang's dynasty being erased by Doomsday. Like it's literally it's all just there for us in our face, and I really appreciate the subtlety, but also the in-your-faceness of everything that they're doing at the same time. I even said it in the video I made. They have been finessing everybody with a lot of things right now, and we see the proof right now. It's like, oh my God, like all the things that we thought were going on, they are still happening, but damn, they really are going above and beyond that. Even with Deadpool and Wolverine, I've seen a lot of people say, oh man, I wanted to see this stuff in Secret Wars. And I'm like, well, guess what? That just lets you know how much more is going to be in Secret Wars then if they're doing this now. Like, if they're doing this now, just imagine what's next, you know? So that plan is definitely there. I think it's been very, I think it's been kind of clear that Kang was going to be the starter of the multiversal war, but then all of a sudden, you know what I mean, Doom was going to come through and do the thing. Kang, in my opinion, Kang always was going to take the place of the Beyonder in the Secret Wars title, and that should have been something that people saw very early on once we found out Secret Wars was coming. Like, Infinity War, we didn't have Silver Surfer to warn Doctor Strange, so it was Incredible Hulk. Right now, we don't have the Beyonder to feed God Emperor Doom, so we have to use Kang instead. It's very subtle changes that Kevin Feige does, bro. Like, he loves to invert the storylines on everything. Like, he does it all the time. He's always taking stories that we know and love, and then he's like, okay, let's take this story and mix it with that story, and that one, and just flip all of it upside down. And then everyone's like, holy shit, I can't believe they did this, because it's the opposite of what we thought was going to happen.
Right. Like, talk about a pump fake, right? So, you know, we just got crossed up. You know what I mean? He broke our ankles. He broke our ankles. Right? And it's like, it's crazy because, like you said, there's still stuff happening. The things that we want to happen are still more than likely going to happen. It's just they put the blindfold over us and they said, hey, look left, and they went right on us. And so now we're reaching the same destination. We're just taking a different path. And, you know, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. So it's good to see that they can shift the way that they're shifting and kind of almost seamlessly do it, right? Almost seamlessly do it.
Yeah, man. It is a very, very, I think actually this comment right here that I just got from TikTok is actually kind of capitalizing on what I was going to say. Marvel has had to make so many changes due to unforeseen circumstances, and yet they keep the story, right? So I feel like Marvel is always changing stuff because of unforeseen circumstances, but it's never in the limelight as much as this one was. We've never had one villain, like, in this same way have to get changed at the last second. Like, imagine if in the Infinity Saga, right before we got the Avengers Infinity War, all the shit went wrong with Josh Brolin in a public eye. Like, they would have had to make a crazy pivot to either change the actor or do all these other things. And then again, what do those contracts look like? How long do these contracts last? And hey, I'm going to be every character that this is going to be. We know that they're going to be a multiversal. Like, there is so much stuff that could have happened and went wrong there. But they made the pivot as good as they could. We lost Chadwick Boseman, and they still made a Black Panther 2 and did a crazy pivot with that. Kept a lot of the story, but switched it up. And we're still going to also have a Black Panther in the future now because we have T'Challa Jr. on the table. Like, they are always trying to, you know, pivot in the best way that they can. And it's like, I think the fans are just like, no, do everything. Like, business decisions don't exist when it comes to my nerd content. You know what I mean? And it's like, hey, we got to look at this either in universe or out of universe, you know? Like, which one?
Yeah. There's the far left and the far right of the geek world, right? And
yeah, that's true.
I mean, that's the long and short of it. You know, you got the people that kind of understand it, like, all right, well, you know, that makes sense. You got the people that no, how dare you? No. I don't care. You make this work. Matter of fact, bring Majors back. Unfire him. Let's do it. You know, which I wouldn't mind, but like at the same time, you got to understand, like, it's a business.
That's just not gonna happen. Like, that's what I would want to happen too. I mean. But all those dreams went out the window the day the sentence happened. Like, literally.
Man, I'm telling you, like,
it was like, okay, what's
at
going
the
to
very
happen
least,
next?
the one thing you don't mess with is the bottom line. And my God.
Right, he
Majors
was
was messing with the bottom line, bro.
right.
Like,
He
there's
was
no
tweaking.
way Disney
Yeah.
could spin that. There's no way Disney could have spun that and made it okay to keep Majors.
The only
There was
way it
no way
could
they
have
could have did
happened
it.
is if
If they
the
could
whole
have, they would
countersuit
have.
thing happened and all of that stuff.
Exactly.
But it's not going. That we already see that's not happening that way. So it's
Right.
pretty clear that they have to do what they gotta do. Like it's just kind of one of
Right.
those things, and that's why it goes back to this isn't even a desperate move. This is the move. Like it's like
It's
okay,
a necessary move.
yeah, like okay, well, you had me checked just now, so let me do the necessary thing so I'm unchecked. You know what I mean? Sometimes there is only one move, and there's a big thing here too that is the next topic, right? In my opinion, and this is something that a lot of people, I think this is the real reason why people are mad. I think this is really why people are mad, and that is because everyone thought that this soft reboot was not going to happen, but now it's all but imminent. You know what I mean? It is inevitable now. Knowing that
It is in your face.
that Dr. Doom is Tony Stark, is Robert Downey Jr., there's no way that we're going into the future with that same thing going on. You know what I mean? Like after Secret Wars and beyond, like we're not gonna have Dr. Doom being Tony Stark in this new universe. I mean, in this new universe. You know what I mean? He's not going to be Doom. He's not going to be Tony. He's not going to be any of that. You know what I mean? So he's going to be a completely different Doctor Doom in the new MCU after Secret Wars happens. Like, we thought the heroes lost in Endgame. Like, nah, G, they really about to lose now. Like, they really about to lose. So that soft reboot is obviously imminent at this point, and people are terrified of that because that's just what happens.
I mean, we've been cooking in one direction the entire time, right? We talking since 08. We're 16 years into this thing, man, and we've been cooking in one specific linear direction, and now we're about to branch off into so many different areas, and things are changing. And after 16 years, like most people have grown up on the MCU. Like, really think about that. Really think about that, right? 16 years. That's a long time for a specific set of characters. And now you're taking them away. You're taking one by one, they've been plucked off the board. And there was always the hope of them coming back, Infinity War being the biggest catalyst for that. You're like, oh, okay, it's all good. Because they could just come back. But now, as we see, and as you've mentioned, there's no coming back this time. Like, this is it.
It's over.
Once we cross that line, what Akon say? Once you cross that line, I guarantee there'll be nothing to save you. It's it. This is it.
Bro, this is it.
This is it, man.
Yeah. It's gonna be crazy, brother. And people are really not going to be prepared for it. Because again, as we've already said, I think it was very obvious I think you think it was very obvious as well that Kang was going to take the place of Beyonder in the Secret Wars comics for God Emperor Doom to appear. Like, Doom was always the plan. Like, the same, like, you don't do Fantastic Four, you don't do Galactus, you don't do Secret Wars and not expect Dr. Doom to be there as God Emperor Doom. It's the same way you don't do Infinity War and not expect for Thanos to have the Infinity Gauntlet. It's just you expect these things to happen, and I really do feel like they're saving Cillian Murphy or I can't remember other brother's name that was also there, Mickelson or something like that. Mads. I think that they are going to save them for this new MCU that's going to happen after God Emperor Doom does all the stuff that he does within Battleworld. Like, people don't even know what's going to be going on with Battleworld stuff yet. Like, they think that it's over with Secret Wars. You know what I mean? Like, people don't have any clue that there's so much more going on than just Secret Wars, bro.
And that goes back to the smoke screen, right? So the smoke screen right now is RDJ.
Exactly.
That's the smoke screen right now. It's like, there it is, but it's in your face, right? This is what everybody's talking about, right? Mm-hmm. But what you don't know is there's more than the RDJ on the other side of that. More. You know what I mean? Like, think about it. Really, to your point, and that's an excellent point. To that specific point, as we're talking about Fantastic Four, we know they're starting out in a different universe. Yep. With a female Silver Surfer.
Oh
However,
yeah, that's true.
you think they're not going to bring in Norman Rad, the Silver Surfer?
Yeah.
When do you think a good time would do that, right? It wouldn't be in the old universe. We know that they're going to end up in the 616 proper, right?
Truth.
So who's to say that at the end of that film, we don't end up with the surfer that everybody knows once they get to the 616?
That's facts.
If they do that, you know what I mean? If they do that with Surfer, you think they couldn't do that with Doom or any other character that's going from old to new?
That's real.
You know what I
though.
mean?
That's real.
And, you know, Secret Wars is about all the different worlds colliding, and Battle World is nothing but the remnants of old universes put together
existing
into
together.
one.
Yeah.
You know what
And
I mean? So who's to say we're not going to get new
you're
everybody?
And I feel like we are gonna get new everybody, because I mean, this is really one of the reasons why I'm putting on tinfoil hat like super right now with what I'm about to say. But I feel like this is why Kevin Feige came out and changed the MCU from being 19999 to 616, is because after this we might be in that 1999 universe for real. You know what I mean? Like, everything might come to an end right now, and then we go to that 199 universe after 616 is done, or we get a new 616 proper. There's a lot of things on the table that may be occurring right now that we just don't know, because they're doing a crazy smokescreen, throwing out Isaiah Bradley, not Isaiah Bradley, throwing out GW Bridge, throwing out Serpent Society out of nowhere. Like, all of these things are happening and we have no idea what's going on. So I think that this soft reboot is literally on the rise. It's an imminent thing that I've seen coming for a while. Once they announced Secret Wars, I'm like, oh, buddy, we're going straight to a soft reboot after this. Like, there's no way we don't. You don't have Secret Wars. You don't have God Emperor Doom. You don't have all of these things happening and not do the thing that it's known for, you know? Like, after Secret Wars happens, the world changes, man. Like, the universe changes on a big way. Like, has anyone read the comic? That's what I want to know. Like, has anyone?
I think you're gonna have to start putting up comics you should read to your watchers, man, because some of this stuff, some of this stuff is happening and unfolding, kind of like how in the fashion of the comics, they just kind of replace people here and people there, but it's still that same path. It's still that same story. So, you know, if they would just have a little background information, I know some people don't like to know what's going on before it happens. I get that. I'm that way sometimes. But, you know, it's good to have a little background information, so when stuff like this happens, you're like, okay, well, you don't have to really freak out, because, you know, we're still on that path. It's just, you know, we're just changing up how we get there. And, I mean, like you said, with all of these characters that they're pulling out of nowhere, it seems, because, like, who the hell was thinking about Sidewinder? You know what I mean? Like, Serpent Society is one thing. Everybody's kind of familiar with that. But you're like,
yeah, that's true.
Sidewinder. Bro, when they said Sidewinder, I forgot Sidewinder existed in Marvel Comics. I was thinking about the Transformers. I was like, bro.
We like, crossing paths, bro? What's going on?
What are we doing? Hold on. What are we doing? And I'm like, oh, wait, the snake dude? The snake man? Are we kidding me? Oh, okay. All right. That's different. You know,
bro, like, what's going on? What is going
what
on?
What are we doing out here?
And I mean, hey, let's just talk about the comics for a second, right? I think there's 3 comics that we can really point out that are really important for what's going on right now. And the first one, in my opinion, is Infamous Iron Man. Okay, I think Infamous Iron Man is a really important one. Because in Infamous Iron Man, we basically see Victor Von Doom take on the mantle of Iron Man. So it's an easier one to wrap your head around, because the other one is a lot deeper than that, you know. But the first one, it's just, you know, easy like that. Iron Man has Tony Stark. Iron Man has died in his universe, and presumably died, and Victor Von Doom takes that mantle up as Iron Man, because he's like, yo, the world needs an Iron Man. Once that happens, the good guys are like, bruh, he's not a good guy. And then the bad guys are like, bruh, we can't trust him either. So he kind of, you know, becomes an outcast of everybody. So we got that going on, right? That's one of the comic books that you guys can look at. is Infamous Iron Man. The other one, which me and Beezy both read before doing this today, was
right before we got on this thing.
Right before we got on here, it's Demon. What is it called? Demon and the Armor. Demon.
Yeah. Demon in the Armor. Yep.
Yeah, Demon in the Armor. Right, and that one, as I said, that one's a little bit more rough to. I wouldn't say rough, but that one is a little bit more. You gotta wrap your head around that one a little bit more because it is out of left field a little bit more. So you know what I mean. That one is a little bit more left field. It is a what if story. Okay, so in this what if story of Demon in the Armor, the what if premise is, what if Tony Stark shared a room with Victor Von Doom? Basically, what if Victor and Tony were roommates instead of Victor and Reed Richards? Now that already sounds freaking amazing, brother. Like, that already sounds awesome. And well, we come to find out, later on in the story that Victor Von Doom is Doom, bro. There's nothing else to say about it. Doom is Doom, and he cannot be trusted. He basically tricks Tony Stark into helping him out on this project that he's doing, and the project he lies to him and tells him that the project is like a telekinesis thing, and it actually ends up being a mind switcher device, and Victor Von Doom and Tony Stark switch bodies, bro. It's a Freaky Friday scenario, man. And Victor Von Doom in Tony Stark's body basically takes his resources and all the stuff that he has for him as being a rich person and uses it to his advantage to basically do all the things that he wants, and vice versa. Tony Stark and Victor Von Doom's body, he basically kind of becomes Doom but in a lighthearted sense, which is kind of it's weird. It's definitely an inversion of characters 100%, because you end up having Victor Von Doom in Tony Stark's body become Iron Man, and then you have Tony Stark and Victor Von Doom's body become Dr. Doom. And again, I started this off by saying it is way more in the left field, but that's kind of what we got going on here as well. Is that could be another thing that is happening, is basically we have Dr. Doom in Tony Stark's body, and it's not really Tony Stark in there, you know what I mean? So that's why it looks like our boy RDJ, and it's really not RDJ. I mean, it's still RDJ, but it's actually Dr. Doom that's taken over his body in this universe, I think that's like the Axis universe or something, or the Axis something. I don't know exactly what it's called. So that is Iron Man. No, that's not. That's not called. Yeah, it is called Iron Man. Iron Man, Demon in the Armor. So that's the other comic that I would definitely recommend for you guys to check out and read, to kind of know what's going on here a little bit more. And then finally, this comic is just kind of to understand where we're going with Secret Wars, and that's just Secret Wars number 5, yo. Secret Wars number 5 is just gonna let you know everything that's happening literally, you're going to be able to understand everything that we were just saying about Kang the Conqueror taking the place of the Beyonder and all that type of stuff. It's all explained really well in the Secret Wars number 5, in my opinion. I think it's a really good, it's a solid comic, and it is the one that kind of sets off letting us know, hey, God Emperor Doom is God Emperor Doom. Like he becomes that there. I think those are the comics. Would you agree with that? Do you think those are some solid comics, or do you think there's anyone else?
1,000%. 1,000%. I would add Avengers Time Runs Out. That'll kind of set the table a little bit. All of those deal with what's going on directly. Time Runs Out will set the table for all of this. So it's basically, I'd say it'd be like a kind of a midway launch point between what we saw in the Loki seasons, in between then and now. That story will be tailored mostly for Doctor Strange 3, which again will serve as kind of a table setter for all of this. But it's basically the actual philosophy and the ideas behind how the incursions, the Earth's colliding, how those work, and how they plan on stopping those things. And the way they plan on stopping those things is to destroy the other Earth that's about to hit this Earth. So, it's going to be an interesting aspect to kind of watch unfold and see how Strange, who we've seen, will, kind of cross the line a little bit.
Yeah.
When it comes to trying to get what he deems is necessary, right? You see, the Illuminati deemed him as an enemy.
That's
Why
true.
do you
Quick,
think
fast,
that?
in
And
a
that is
hurry.
part of what happens in this story. The Illuminati, on the other end, were actually deemed as enemies in this story. But as we've seen, they like to reverse things. So right now,
Yeah.
the Illuminati was like, "Hey, yo, Strange, bro, we can't let you do what you do because this slick your fault, my guy." So now we're going to see why the Illuminati was like, "Hey, we can't let this man cook. We can't let this man cook. Get him out the kitchen."
We can't let this man cook is exactly what they were on, yo. That is exactly what they were on. They were terrified, bro.
They was like, "We
for
love you,
real.
but nah."
And I mean, that is a
Like, they
good
feel
point
they're
too,
strange.
right?
Yeah.
That's a really good point. Even looking at that, bro, like that Doctor Strange, we've seen Doctor Strange basically slowly become a villain on screen multiple times, and I think that's definitely something that people have not been paying attention to as well. I mean, and they all but say it in not Infinity War, in not Avengers, goddamn, Multiverse of Madness. They say it. They're like, "Hey, bruh,
straight up,
we ain't worried about the Scarlet Witch. We worry about you." Now, they was wrong about not worrying about the Scarlet Witch. Don't get me wrong about that, but they still was worried. They still should have been worried about Strange too. You feel me? Like, so I definitely want to see what they're gonna do with that, and I think, there's a lot on the table. There's a lot on the table, man, and
it really is,
bruh. It's just so much there. There's so much opportunity.
And the crazy part about all of this is, like, we're barely scratching the surface, if you can believe that. 16 years in, and we barely scratched the surface. We've only had basically 2 overall stories, right? The Infinity Saga, now we're in the multiverse. Like, we still have the Fantastic Four and everything that comes with
6
them.
Avengers
the
movies.
Annihilation Wave. We're not even talking about
literally.
X-Men yet.
Facts.
You know what I mean? We got another 15 years of just stories off of the group of characters we got now between Fantastic Four and X-Men.
Yeah, that's true.
That's insane to think about, man.
And it's something that I don't think anyone is thinking about, to be honest, because it's like, we still haven't we are scratching the surface at the highest level, bro. Like, we have not seen anything yet. We have not seen a goddamn thing, bro. Like, it's kind of wild.
We haven't even really. I'm telling you, like, we've barely scratched the surface of the multiverse saga, really.
Yeah, facts.
We're like right at the door. We haven't even opened the door to that thing yet, man. Like, that's how crazy this stuff is. That's how deep this thing is gonna go. And I think the people that are that have their doubts or their concerns, I think as we get deeper into this saga, those concerns will probably fall away, just because of the density of what we're going to get. Like, it's a lot, but I don't think it's going to be too hard to understand. And I think it's going to be a lot of satisfying events that we see. And it's going to be so much, from so many characters. Your loved ones. I mean, I'm telling you right now, your favorite characters, don't maybe start letting go of those attachments, maybe I ain't gonna drop no bombs here, but I'm just gonna say, maybe let go of some of those guys. You know what I mean? Like, I know we got some Spider-Man fans in the house. Some of the other Spider-Man fans, and I'm just gonna say, maybe let go of a few of those guys. Maybe just stick to one. Can't have them all. You can't have them all. I'm just saying, you can't have them all, right? When you're growing up, your parents told you. Your parents say you got to choose this one or you got to choose that one. I'm telling you right now, y'all gonna have to choose one.
Yo, that's crazy.
Choose wisely.
Yeah, choose wisely is insane. But hey, decisions will be made, brother. I mean, it's pretty insane to see It's pretty insane to see that right now Marvel is actually cooking like this, and people are so like they are so reactionary that they are reacting to the flashbang. You know what I mean? Like the flashbang goes off and then they react to it immediately, and they're like, I can't see. Oh my God, I'm blind. And then it's like, well, if you was trained in this, buddy boy, you would know you got to look away when that flashbang happened. You know what I mean? So you can actually see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Or you'll be able, maybe live through a couple more flashbangs and you'll be able to react better to it. You know what I mean?
That's a perfect way to describe it. The perfect way. It's just like, hey man, I'm telling you, that's why we give you these comics to read. This is your flashbang training.
Literally, it's flashbang training, man. Like if you're not flashbang training, bro, I don't know what to tell you. And then we have another issue, which is people are like, well, I don't like that comic book run. It's like, well, tough shit, buddy. I don't know what to tell you. Like,
I'm not the one making the movie. So
many comics, brother. There are so many comics. They're gonna pull from all of them. They're not just gonna pull from your favorite one. That is an asinine thing to think. That's just insane to think. Oh, they're only gonna pull from the one Secret Wars. No, there's two entire different Secret Wars comic runs, man. They're not just gonna
two totally different eras.
They're not just gonna use one of them. Bro. They're gonna weave things from both of them bitches in there.
I'm telling you, the first one was before a lot of these cats was even born. Like, you know what I mean?
Definitely
like, come on,
before me.
You feel me? So to think that they're not gonna pull from that, man, come on. I would urge at the very least, like, Google it, search it. You ain't got to read the book, but like, get the high points. Get the high points.
I got homework for everybody. Go to Comics Explained and type in the name of each one of these comics that we just talked about, and bro will break it down. You'll get the whole understanding of what's happening. I promise you. You won't even. You'll understand it, and that's the thing. It's like when you know what's happening in comics, and you see what's happening in the movies or the shows, you're like, oh, okay, they're taken from this, from that, and the other, and then you're pretty much you're easy to. It's easy to understand, what's going to be going on after that. So, I'm hyped, man. I'm not gonna lie, I am freaking hyped. This announcement was hype. Everything about it was hype. I think one of the last points, though, too, is someone said that Robert Downey Jr. is so iconic as Iron Man that it will ruin him being Dr. Doom. Do you feel the same way? You know what I mean? Look, let me read the full comment. It says, Robert Downey Jr. is so iconic as Iron Man, the one who kind of jump-started the MCU. It feels a little too soon to bring them back to play another prominent MCU character.
Wow, that's heavy. That's heavy.
Yeah, that's heavy, right?
Completely. That's heavy. Like, when you really think about it, like, this entire thing was on his back. You know what I mean? It's like, damn, like, the Bulls don't win those 6 rings without Jordan. Like, that's what this is. RDJ is MJ, right? That's where we at with that. So I get it. And like, what was like when Jordan came back and he went to the Wizards, she was like, hold up. Huh? That's kind of where we are with this. So that comment is like W. That's a W comment. That's a W comment. Now, I will say, I mean, we still got a few years off to go as far as actually getting RDJ in the green. So, and then we got to also remember, as far as within the MCU time frame in universes, how much time has passed. Yeah. Since Tony's gone, and then how much time will have passed by the time we get to Secret Wars, right? So there's still we're talking a pretty decent amount of time between then and now. So you're gonna have to kind of put yourself in that universe, I guess, would be the best way to kind of frame that. And just understand how the characters in that universe, while, yes, it doesn't seem like it was that long ago, it kind of was. And then we still haven't gotten to that point. You know what I'm saying?
Like 5 years since Endgame, like
right. And it's, so many things can happen in 5 years, right? Some people are still adjusting to coming back.
People that were in middle school watching Endgame in theaters are going to college. Like, that's a
Going to
long
college,
time, bro. That's a long time.
That's a life milestone. That is a milestone in life. That's what we're talking
true.
about right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you got to keep that in perspective too. So, and I think that's kind of what they're banking on, just the time in between it all, because who knows how much more time will pass by the time we get to Secret Wars? Like, where are we going to be at year wise? You know what I'm saying?
That's
So,
true.
you know, I think it's all still at the very front of it. It's all still wait and see. This is all coming fresh off of it. We're, you know, not even 24 hours removed from this crazy reveal. So I think it's a lot to take in from a lot of perspectives, whether you like it or not. It's still a lot to take in because it's a lot you're starting to think about for the future. But I still think everybody kind of pump the brakes a little bit, give it some time to marinate. It's a wait and see thing. You know, we'll see what happens when we get there, but it's a lot. So I feel that sentiment 100%. That is a really, really, really good comment. And honestly, that's probably how a lot of people feel in so many ways. They just can't frame it in that straight of a comment.
Exactly. Yeah, because that is it's very straightforward, and I agree with it. Like, I agree with to an extent. I'll say, because I mean, think about it like this. Hugh Jackman as Wolverine is one of the biggest things that's like going on right now, and it's breaking the internet. Of course, it's definitely going to break records. I mean, this has to be, as far as R-rated movies go, I don't know if there's an R-rated movie that has got a better box office. You know what I mean? Like in this, in a while. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
it's been a minute. It's been a hot minute.
R-rated movies don't get this type of love usually, like, ever. So
they sure don't.
To see it still get regular love as if it wasn't an R-rated movie, it's kind of it's definitely a big step for everyone around the board. And I don't know. I'm not saying that to say I think that, you know, Secret Wars or any Avengers movie will ever be rated R. But going into Battle World, I think we could really get some nasty shit going down on Disney Plus. I don't know if they're gonna make any like Battle World movies necessarily. I've always kind of expected all the Battle World stuff to just be Disney Plus, like special presentations and just short, you know, series and stuff like that of badass things happening, like Wolverine versus Hulk in a Battle World scenario on Disney Plus, and it's like an hour and 15 minutes long, and it's just them kind of catching the fade the entire time. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of the gist of it. Like that's kind of what I'm looking for when it comes to Battle Worlds, bro. Like for real.
And that's the ideal. Like it's like its own little saga. It's like its own little saga. It's still within the multiverse saga, but it's like its own little mini story within the bigger story. And with Disney Plus, that makes them a lot more flexible. They don't have to put it on the big screen.
Facts.
They can run an hour long 15 presentation. They can run a few episodes here and there, and it all crosses over within its own story. You know what I mean? And then we still got the big thing happening on the outside, right? Like we still trying to stop all of this shit from happening, but we still got to fight these people that's in front of us at the same time, right? So you can't ignore what's right in front of you to try to get what's going on over there. So there's a lot of things they could do, and that's why I'm saying there's still a lot to be excited for outside of this announcement. Because I mean, when we're thinking about it, RJ is going to be the top dog on this shit anyway. So we got to work our way up to him. Period. You know, you can't just show up and go like, all right, doing what's good. You know what I mean? We can't do that. We got there's levels. There's levels. You know what I mean? There's levels, especially when he get God Emperor Doom. It's like you ain't just pulling up on the man, right? Mm-hmm. So all of these battle worlds, everything in between, that is definitely going to happen. So again, I urge everyone to pump the brakes, but kind of also start getting like protective gear, because like, you know, like strap in. You know what I mean? Because once it turns up, man, it's turning up. And if anyone is familiar with the Secret War story, the Battle Worlds and all of that, like they have the potential to really, really go crazy if they want. And Deadpool being so successful on the R-rated side of things, it literally opens the door for them to go down a darker route, a gritty route, a violent route,
a bloodier route.
A bloodier route. And then on the other side, when we start getting things like Blade and Midnight Suns, they can keep that thing going. You know what I mean? So you know, there's still a lot of things to look forward to. Don't just focus on this thing.
Yeah.
You know,
And
take your time, grieve, or
and
whatever it takes for you. But you
and
know,
I
we still got
think
a lot of
it's
stuff to go.
to just circle around back to the soft reboot territory, because I know that's going to be a very touchy subject for everyone. They're not going to want to see that happen, but it's happening. I mean, it's inevitable at this point. You know, it's literally inevitable. There's not, and I think also this is why Doctor Doom has been removed from all the things that he was supposed to show up in before this. Like, let's not forget, Doctor Doom was supposed to be in Black Panther, being the one that was behind all of that stuff. You know what I mean? Like, they've removed Doctor Doom from multiple projects almost last minute at times, because they put out a whole concept art of him being in the, like, post-credit scene of Black Panther 2. Like, there was a whole picture for it, you know? So there's definitely a reason why they kept, like, pushing him off, and it's because they do not want to introduce God Emperor Doom as someone who's just been secretly in the background of the 616 universe the entire time, and no one knows who he is. That is not even what Doom would do. That's not a Doom thing. Exactly. He is a very flashy person, but not like that. You know what I mean? Like, he's flashy, but he's not flashy. He in your face with it. Like, bro, you know who I am. Like, are you gonna make me say my name? Like, are you gonna make me say my name? I'm Victor Von Doom. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's how, you know.
This is how crazy it is. Doom speaks in third person.
Exactly.
He don't say I. He don't say me. It's Doom. Everything is Doom. He got bots of himself to do his bidding. He's not finna hang out in the background. He's not finna do that, man. He wants you to know he's top dog. Latveria is a sovereign nation because he made it so. Let's, you know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Come on. So, like you said, they removed him from all those things because, honestly, if you think about the character of Doom, that is not him. That's not it. Yeah. That is not what Doom is. That is not what is representative of Doom in any iteration, in any form. We just talked about a what-if form where he switched bodies with Tony.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like, he's on a whole nother level,
what did he do as Tony? He did the same shit. He just had more money to do it. So
there's more money and more influence.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna take over the world now," and that's exactly what that motherfucker did.
Yep. like, and that's how it be. Like, it's really, yeah, man. I think it's gonna be insane. Like, why? Like, having Doctor Doom be behind wanting adamantium, I think that's more desperate of a play than anything. You know what I mean? It's like,
I would agree.
Would he do that? You know what I mean? Like, would he care? Would he care? Like, that's outside of making his suit, you know what I mean? Like, would he care, bro? Like, would he really care about having adamantium? Like, what does he need that shit for? Like, what? Like, other than having it as a resource for Latveria to have to up their economy or something. You know what I mean? Like, there's not a lot of, but even that is like, it's a little bit too political for that. Like, and that's too much of a political move for Doctor Doom. Like, he don't care, bruh. He does not care about politics, bro. He's not about to ask you. He's not about to pull up and be like, bruh, come on, G. Like, what? That's wild. That's wild, bruh. And then we have to it's like they probably were even thinking about maybe he was Tony Stark's roommate back in the day. Well, if we're gonna do that, we might as well do it full blown. You know, it's like there's so many things that they could have been talking about in that writer's room.
I'm saying it's so many things that we're not privy to. We just get the news after it's already been discussed and talked about. So what happens when these things drop? People think when the news hits, it's hitting in real time. No, we're getting the news only when they deem it's okay for them to release the news to the public. So this stuff has already gone down. These meetings have already happened. These contracts are already signed months in advance before this news hits.
Truth.
We're just now hearing about it when they want us to hear about it, when in reality, this stuff was probably chatted out and talked out and figured out about 6 months ago.
Man.
You know what I mean? Like it could have been January 1st, 2024. It was like, all right, this is what we're doing. Sign it, seal it, deliver it. You know what? Let's drop it at Comic-Con. There you go.
Legit.
You know what I mean?
Like,
and then all you gotta do is just make sure you keep that circle tight so the information doesn't get out.
Like a lot of people don't even realize that the Jonathan Major stuff has been so long. It's been so like it's been a long time since that's happened, brother. Like that was not. I'm like
telling you, it wasn't yesterday.
Yeah. No, that was not yesterday.
They released that news. They released that news in the summer, but that stuff happened in like February and March.
Legit.
It was early in the year. The trial just didn't happen until later in the. It's old stuff. It's just new to us.
Legit though.
It's just new to us.
I'm pretty sure that happened in
old
2023. I'm not right. Like
yes, like, in the spring. Bro. It happened in the spring of 23.
Yeah, man. They were working immediately after that shit happened. Like, yeah, for sure.
And then they pushed back the trial 2-3 different times on top of that.
Truth.
So even more time had elapsed by the time we get to the actual. Let's talk about what happened.
Yeah, that's wild.
So there's something for people to understand when they're seeing these headlines and things like that. Like, yo, this stuff has been already talked about behind the scenes long before now. Don't think like, oh, this is just happening. It's like, no. Like with all the Blade news, when they say, oh, another director has left. No. That dude been gone. Okay, that man left at the start of the year. They just didn't say anything. That man left January 15th. They just didn't tell you until
March 3rd, bro. Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like that man been gone. He probably got another job now. You know what I mean? That man, he waiting on his non-compete to expire at this point.
Yeah.
That's how long it's been. Right? He about to sign on a whole different movie. You know what I'm saying? So it's not real time that this news is being dropped to us. If y'all follow Sensei and how he covers the stuff I throw out, then you kind of understand that.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen in real time. Sometimes, you know, we hear about stuff and you don't hear about it for 3 years. Deadpool being one of them.
Man.
You know what I mean? So this stuff happens. This stuff is talked about so many years in advance. And I mean, Feige's been open with how they operate. Like when they do their retreats, what did they do? They talk about the next 10 years.
Yep.
And then they sit there and they plan out 10 years at a time every year. You know what I mean? And they only give us a little bit of it at these conferences. Like, okay, D23 is coming in a few weeks. They're probably going to give us a lot of Disney Plus stuff.
Oh,
maybe some more things they didn't drop on us at Comic-Con. But that's only for the next phase or so, right? You know what I mean? Like, there's so much that they're not giving us.
Hey, but speaking of phases, man, I think everybody forgot to listen to Feige when he said, we're not doing phases anymore. I think I think a huge issue is the disconnect between the fans not listening to Kevin Feige and what he's actually telling us. Literally, he just told us yesterday that they put out fake news, so we don't know what's happening, and then everybody just believes everything that he says the next day. It's kind of diabolical.
Oh my God.
Like, it's kind of diabolical the type of control this man has over people. Like, because literally people aren't listening at all. Like, he told us flat out, these things, there is not going to be any more phases because we are going to be going into the part of the MCU where we have ground level, multiversal level, cosmic level, street level. We're going to have so many different levels of the MCU going on. There is no way that we can create one see-through phase out of all of these things going on because there are many phases for each one of these. Like, look at Mephisto. Mephisto has been teased for how long? And he is
I was just about to go there.
He is like a major villain. Like, that is not a slight villain either. That's not someone you just kind of cast out of nowhere. Like, no, that Mephisto is a major guy. So there's a whole, like, each one of these levels have their own main villain as well as a huge villain. Like, we could get several different Avengers types of movies for several different teams. Like, bro, it's just too much going on for people to expect these phases of like, oh, in this phase we're gonna get 4 movies. Like, nah, G, we're about to get 7 movies, 20 Disney Plus shows, Like, bro, there's no way. Like, bro,
But like
it's
to that
wild.
point about Feige throwing out fake news, he does it in the movie trailers. We can start there. There's always fake
Deadass.
scenes in the movie trailers that are nowhere in the movie.
That wouldn't
Why?
be
Just to
found.
throw you off. It's like it's not even that necessary, right? It's not even that. Why even go that far to put a fake scene in a trailer? I'm gonna forget the trailer by the next trailer. Why even go
Yeah.
that far? But
Yeah,
that's
we
what
never saw
Feige
the
does. It's
Incredible
like going
Hulk
back
in
to
Infinity War
Mephisto.
once.
I'm saying, like, what? Where was that scene? I watched that movie like 7 times. I'm like, yo, I don't see this scene, dude.
I
Like,
thought I was
what
tweaking
are we
too,
doing?
bro. I was like, we got a
I
full
thought I was
Avengers
tripping,
moment
man.
in the trailer, and that shit is
I like
nowhere to be found in the movie.
I got tired of the movie. I was like, I'm done trying to find this scene. I'm not doing this anymore. I give up. It's not here. I can't be the only one. But like he did it with WandaVision. Like there was so much information coming out about Mephisto. It was Mephisto everywhere. Everybody got information on Mephisto. And I mean everybody got information on Mephisto.
Yeah.
Every scooper you can think of had an article or a tweet or something about Mephisto. And we never saw Mephisto.
Now
We never saw the dude. We still ain't seen the man. We got all these characters connected to Mephisto, and we ain't seen the man. That's where we at. Wanda's kids, literally, in the comments, Wanda's kids are embers of Mephisto.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, yo, give me them shits back. Wanda loses her shit. That's where we're at. And we still ain't seen this dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the kind of stuff Feige does. GW Bridge. Fake information.
The finesse is crazy.
Planted information. Cross up.
Yeah.
Come on. This is the stuff that Feige does. So if he's telling you straight up, Feige's not gonna lie in public. Okay.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
He'll lie behind the scenes. He'll send people out to tell you stuff that's not real behind the scenes.
Nah,
but if he's on stage, man, if he's on the podcast, he might make you read between the lines a little bit, but he's not gonna lie.
And he definitely gonna let someone else lie for him quick because it's like
With a heartbeat.
that's why the Russo brothers are the one that said he was Victor Von Doom and not Feige. You know what I mean? Like there are always subtle messages like that, bro. There's always little subtle things that we have to pay attention to because they will
gotta watch it,
us,
right?
Bro. Like yeah, you
gotta
watch it.
It's more flashbang training. We gotta teach you how to look
That's true.
between the lines. We gotta show you how to read these articles. We gotta show you how to look between the lines.
Yeah,
but that's what
the
this is.
breadcrumbs are
Feige,
always there, and people
it's
are not
everywhere. If I
following
could just like, hey yo, go tell them this real quick.
them. Yeah.
And then they'll say it. Now they got you thinking one thing. Now watch. Okay. Russo said, oh no, he's Victor. Okay. Now when it pops up, when we get to this man and he's Tony,
Exactly.
You know, remember this moment. We told y'all.
We gave you 4 comics to read.
I'm telling you. Look, we told y'all. Now look, when this man pop up and he's Tony Stark, you're like, whoa, wait a minute. He said he was Victor.
They said he was Doom. Yeah, exactly. They said he was Victor Von Doom. Yeah. They also said that the title of the movie was an Endgame, buddy. So watch who you listen to.
The same two dudes. The same two dudes sat up there and said that.
Yeah.
Y'all can't fall for the same trick twice. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, put your goggles on real quick. All right, we gotta sift through the bullshit.
You gotta sift through the bull.
It's a lot. The truth is in the middle somewhere.
The truth is always in the middle. I love you that you just said that, bro, because the truth is always in the middle, bro. That is such a fact. And that even circles back to what you were saying about the far right and the far left of the nerd community. You know what I mean?
It's always in the middle.
The truth is always in the middle, baby. But let's check some. I want to check out some of these comments and see what people are saying, answer some questions. What's going to happen with Namor? What? Nothing. I mean.
Oh, Namor. All right. I got a little bit on Namor.
Okay.
I got a little bit on Namor. So the plan with Namor, he's supposed to be getting his own film, his own franchise, actually. He's like, a film, a sequel, maybe a third. But that's the plan with him. They haven't forgotten about him. It's just, they're just not, like we said, there's levels. We're just not on that level right now. So they're still got plans for Namor. They have big plans for Namor. That's why they wanted to wait and bring him in for Black Panther 2 for that reason. And it was supposed to face off against T'Challa and Storm. But unfortunately,
Oh,
our guy passed, so they had to switch it up a little bit. Yeah, it was supposed to be Black Panther and Storm taking on Namor,
damn, that would have been crazy
and
work.
the unfortunate passing of Mr. Boseman couldn't do it. So
Damn,
they
that
had
would
to
have been
change it up.
crazy
No
work.
Storm, and just kind of expedite the process of Shuri becoming Black Panther because Shuri was supposed to go. We're supposed to go another movie, and then the fourth or whatever Disney Plus project they do, we see Shuri become Black Panther, but they had to move everything up a little bit because again they had to call an audible.
Yeah, crazy audibles being called all the time, all the time.
Telling you got to be able to
I'm
adjust.
I'm loving I'm loving. I would love all of that stuff to happen with Namor. I think
1,000%.
like yeah, I think bro was like yeah, we missed out on a lot with him, but he was a menace in Black
Oh,
Panther 2. Like he was the guy, bro.
oh,
Like that shit was so lit. That shit was so lit.
absolute badass. I have no complaints about him, and so they do have plans with him. Like they're not going to bring somebody of that stature in. Give us Atlantis. Well, they didn't call it Atlantis, but they give us
Yeah.
that, and then forget about it. He said, "Hey, yo, we're just gonna play our role. We're gonna wait." So just wait. He's coming back.
Okay, for sure, for sure. Lewis says, "Can Kane come back after this?"
Dur.
Yeah, man. Kane ain't going nowhere,
After
brother.
yeah, no, they're not forgetting about Kang. They're just gonna. He's still the vehicle for where we at right now. He's gonna take an L because Doom has to rise somehow, like we talked about.
Yep.
But I think on the other side, there's still room for it. There's still room, and there'll be so much time passed, but by the time we get to the other side, that it won't even matter when they announce whoever the new Kang actor is.
Yeah, in facts. Yeah, and I think that it's safe to say that they're probably going to lean into it a little bit and probably get a couple of actors to do Kang.
It would be
At the
smart.
very
It would be
least,
smart.
you know what I mean? Because we got to see some other stuff going. We were actually talking about this in the Cage Discord earlier today. The
Hmm.
fact that when you see all of the Council of Kangs, it's very possible that was just like a rogue faction that was made up of Jonathan Major variants of the Kangs. And there's still a whole bunch
Yep.
of other multiversal variants out there that are doing their thing. But this Legion,
We got infinite
very similar
timelines.
to how like almost a reverse Rick and Morty, right? Where there's the Council of Ricks, and then the one Rick doesn't want to join. But nah, here we have the
Yeah.
Council of Kangs that no one else can join unless you look like this. Like you have to
Unless you
look
look like
like
this guy.
us. You know?
That's hilarious, but that's a very good point and a very easy way to present it, and then essentially write it off, which they kind of started doing as well. Anyway,
Yeah.
another thing that we were talked about in the Cage Discord, they kind of hinted at that in so many words when they kind of brushed off the Ant-Man Kang at the end of the Loki 2 season. They're like, oh, there was a Kang over in 616 adjacent. Like, what you mean 616 adjacent? Hold on. You telling me
Yeah.
that wasn't Kang? You know what I mean? So they're kind of
Yeah.
already starting to drop a little some breadcrumbs out there. They're like, that's not the Kang. You know what I mean? There's more.
Yeah,
There's more.
like
Just know
these are
there's more.
rogue. These are basically rogue Kangs doing their own thing, and they're all
Right.
scared of the real Kang Prime that's out there. Actually, that's really the guy, like the one guy
Yeah.
that is for real Kang out there. The one that He Who Remains is trying to stop is still out there. Like we have not seen
There
him
it
in a
is.
movie yet. You know, I think that's
There
really
it
the
is.
main thing that people kind of thought. I think that's where people got finessed again by the smokescreen of Ant-Man
Mostly.
Quantumania. Like everybody was like, bruh, this is a weak ass Kang. And it's like, bruh, one, no, he was not a weak ass Kang. He actually took over the
It was not.
entirety of the quantum realm. But you know what I mean? And still he just was not the one that we're looking for. So it's gonna be wild when we actually see the Kang, no matter what. Like he is gonna get boom bop wop to dop bop badooba by Doom because that's just what has to happen. Again, check out Secret Wars #5 if you want a little bit more understanding on what's going on there. It's here on the screen whether you're on TikTok or YouTube. But Kang is most likely gonna take the place of the Beyonder for the whole multiversal energy stuff, and then God Emperor Doom will be able to do that stuff there, and then we'll have all that stuff happening. So Let's see another comment. Let's see.
Yeah, get another. Let's get another one.
Let's see. Will Kang be in Doomsday? Yeah, Kang will be. I think Kang will definitely be in Doomsday.
Short answer, yes.
Okay.
Yes, there's things going on. It may be more than one Kang, but short answer, yes.
Yeah. See that's a W. That's a W. I think I said it. I even said that earlier, right? Kang's dynasty has been erased by Doomsday, so that's kind of like that's what we're. I think that's something that we can even see happen in the movie. Is see Kang's dynasty be taken over by Doom, and like he's bringing Doomsday to Kang's dynasty. It's very. Feige is hilarious with the poetic stuff that he does on the background. Like it's almost George.
He's
Lucas
truly a
level.
genius, man.
Yeah, for real.
When you start breaking it down, that man, he knows what he's doing. So it's like, let him cook. Like you might not like it right now, but it's gonna come back. He'll bring it back around.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta wait for it to bring it back
give him time.
around.
Give him time.
You gotta have faith.
There it is.
Fantastic Four, the first movie, is in the past. Explain how it's gonna tie in. Well, it's not technically in the past. It's just set in a multiverse that represents the 1960s. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying by that, but like in Fallout, for example, right? The vibe is super old school, but it's like 2185 or something like that. I don't know the exact year, but like that's basically what that universe is. It is a 1960s retro style aesthetically of a universe, but it still could be 2029 in that universe at the same time.
Yeah.
We don't know
Retro
what actual
futuristic.
year it is. There you go, retro futuristic. That is what they called it. So and the way that it's gonna tie in is Galactus. Galactus.
Yeah,
Galactus comes through and they gotta run.
They got to run. There might be a 3-letter organization that we've been seeing pop up here and there.
Oh shit!
Just think about how people get from one timeline to the other, and what we've seen recently. I'm gonna leave it at that.
That wouldn't be crazy to find out that like Reed Richards is the one that actually started the TVA, and then Kang like took it over and then tried to erase all the other versions of like Reed Richards in order to do it. Like that could be some crazy
Talk
shit.
About
right there.
mind blowing,
bro. That could, we could definitely
collective
see
heads that would explode in the theaters. Come on,
that would be wild,
man.
Like. And that's what we find out. It's like, bro, you actually built the TVA, man, and then this dude came and took it over to try to end it all for everything else, or even they work together. That could be pretty solid. I ain't gonna lie.
You know what's crazy? And this is something that I'm secretly hoping, since we're talking about a different universe here. Another universe, Reed Richards from the Ultimate Universe becomes a huge villain called the Maker. We could be going that route, piggybacking off what you just said, with Reed Richards kind of taking over the TVA. We could be on that kind of thing, that kind of timing. I would welcome that. I got an evil Reed Richards out here. You know what I mean? Hey,
yo, evil.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you're currently reading the Ultimate Comics. You're currently reading the Ultimate Comics right now.
Yeah, bro. People would lose their mind. They can't handle that. Evil Reed and an evil Tony at the same time, bro. Nah, bro. Nah, people will die.
A whole revolt.
Exactly. People will riot. How much aura points do Marvel get if at least one MF Doom song is included? Yo, that would be fire. I'm not gonna lie. They put a.
I'm kind of expecting it.
Literally, bro.
I'm kind of expecting it because they've been pretty spot on these last few movies, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, you ain't
with their song selection. I'm not mad, and these other projects are starting to catch wind and use it the right way. Like Knuckles had Nuck If You Buck.
Yeah, that was hella smart. That was a very
you know
smart
what I mean.
choice.
Like
yeah.
I think people are starting to catch on.
Yeah, that's a good point, man. That's a good point. Yeah, I agree with that one. I agree with that one.
Mark
I
that
would love
comment
to
down
hear
because
that.
if it happens, give them
Legit.
give them a
Like,
huge shout out. Give them a huge shout out. If it happens, give them all the love.
Yeah, because that would be fire. That would be actually
Man.
amazing. I would love to. You imagine the hype? Can you imagine the hype that's gonna start, bro? Like, it's like hearing "I am Iron Man" in the Iron Man movie. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, bro.
Yeah.
Like, let's go, bro. Like, let's
Real life,
go.
yeah.
Like, we are here. Like, again, it's the meta thing. It's like you have to do that at some point. You know, it's too meta not to do it. It's too meta not to have the dude playing the dude disguised as another dude. You know, like you gotta have that happen. You gotta have that happen. All we know is the Russo brothers and McFreely is behind. Yeah, the Russo brothers and McFreely. Yeah, that is all. That's all we know officially. 100% is that it is Russo brothers directed and McFreely written. And I think that's a W right there off the rip. I think that's a W for real. We're cooking, yo.
It's hard to bet against the Russos, man. Hard to bet against the Russos.
Bro. You basically have the Infinity War and Endgame team back together for the event for
back
another
together
Avengers
again,
movie.
right?
Like, that's the way it goes, brother. Like, yes. But I feel like we're in such a scary place in nerddom that people might still shit on the Russo bros. You know what I mean? Because people just don't like anything anymore. That's kind of where we're at, unfortunately, is people will find a way to shit on every single thing that's happening ever. So I'm kind of nervous about that, you know? I'm very nervous about that.
That's the sad part about the internet period, right?
Yes.
You got that. There's always that small corner that's going to throw that craziness no matter what. It's like you're not going to please everybody. But, you know, some people always take it too far. There's always that one or two that's going to go too far with it. Y'all don't give that stuff no energy.
None. Give it zero energy, please.
Zero energy.
Yeah, I agree, Moogie. Moogie says, I'm curious to see RDJ's take on Doom. That's probably that's what I'm most excited about, is to see Robert Downey Jr. as Doom. Like, whether he is a Tony Stark variant of Victor Von Doom, or even if it comes out that he is really playing Victor Von Doom, which I just think is highly unlikely. But even if that happens, I still want to see him play Doom no matter what. Like, I want to see his take on it. I want to see that mask. Like there is no other character to play it safer with other than Doom. Let's just be honest. Like,
you're right.
Why take a risk with Doom? That just doesn't make sense. In my opinion, it doesn't make sense when the fans are already hating on every single thing that's going on regardless. Why take a risk on hiring a new actor to play one of the most beloved villains and possibly ruin someone's career over people just not liking their take of it for no reason, for literally no reason. When you have someone like Robert Downey Jr., who we know has the acting chops to pull off a completely different character other than Tony Stark. Like, that's who he is, just regularly, right? Like, he can do that in his sleep. But to actually put forth these acting chops, bro, he can do the damn job as Doom. Like, the damn job.
I mean, let's not forget, the man got an Oscar for Oppenheimer. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Bruh.
Come on.
Bruh. And he was not Tony Stark in that shit, like, at all.
He was nothing like Tony, man. He was damn near unrecognizable.
Yo. Bro was a menace. Man, yo. Like,
but see, that's another point. There's another point. He was a menace there.
Yes.
So why couldn't he be that way with Doom?
Bro, I think he could bring
let's connect those dots.
Bro. Literally equal parts. Like, you get the what is it called? You get the cockiness of Tony Stark, but the menacing of his character from Oppenheimer kind of put together in more of a self-centered way, though, because, like, that is Doom. Doom is self-centered as hell. Again, we talked about it just now. You already said it. Brad talks about himself in the third person. No sane human being does that. Like, no one talks about themselves in the third person. And just, like, that's just not what happens like that, bro. Like, it just doesn't happen in that way. Just all the time. Just like, what are you doing? Doom is eating. Like, what? Like, what, bro? What is going on? You know, that shit is crazy, actually.
Oh,
like,
man.
that is actually crazy.
Dude.
So, I think, especially if we get like a little voice changer on that mask that he wears, too, like it's gonna be insane. And I think people are assuming that we're gonna see Robert Downey Jr.'s face as Doom the whole time. Nah, buddy. Like that mask is getting broke off in a battle for shock value for the rest of the team. You know what I mean? Like that's one of those things.
It has to be a reveal. It has to be a reveal. Yes.
The Sith Stranger style. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah.
Like Doom versus Spider-Man, and brother's like whooping his ass, and he kicks the shit out of his face, and then the mask comes off, and he's like, Mr. Stark, and then we have that comic book panel of Doom like disintegrating Spider-Man. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
when he like disintegrates, bro, with his like when he's like bah, and he just chars bro's body to the bone. Like, bro, we can see some crazy shit like that go down.
Imagine the emotions.
I'm crying just thinking about it. Like that.
I'm telling you, like tears hurt around the world.
Right.
That's where we're going.
Crazy.
That is where we are going.
The fact is gonna take multiverse characters, cosmic characters, supernatural characters, ground characters, and more to take down this dude is crazy. Yeah, that's the thing too, right? That's what I think people are also expecting, that these movies are going to be Endgame and Infinity War, but really they are Avengers 1 and 2 of the multiverse saga. Like, we got 4 Avengers movies in the Infinity Saga, so we're probably going to get 4 here as well. So it's like, yes, this is going to be Infinity War and Endgame, but we still are going to have 2 more. It's like, it's going to be Infinity War and Endgame, but also Avengers and Avengers Age of Ultron at the same time. Like,
at the same time.
We're just scratching the surface, especially if they make Secret Wars a 2-parter, even if it's a 3-parter, bro. And I think Feige joked about making it a 5-parter. Like, he was like, oh, actually, we're going to split it into a 5-part series. I'm joking. But, I mean,
okay,
he could be serious. It could be a 2-part Secret Wars and then a 3-part Battle World saga. Like, I'm even down for a Battle World show that is like an anthology series of fights, and each episode is different. I am so down for that. And it just be called Battle World, bro. And then it's like 10 episodes, and each episode is a different battle happening on a different world, bro. Like that would be amazing. Episode 1, Hulk v. Wolverine. Episode 2, Deadpool and Spider-Man. I don't know, like, bro, like it could just be wild, bro. Like, it just be.
I'm telling you are on the right path.
Brother, let's go. LF.
You are on the right path, my man.
Like LF to the G.
Man.
Hugh Jackman versus Robert Downey Jr. is gonna be peak. That's what McT
Absolute.
said. Bruh.
Absolute.
You don't even know, bro. I said that in a TikTok today. I said, we're gonna have the OG killing OGs, man. So we're going to see Robert Downey Jr. versus Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man versus Hugh Jackman's Wolverine versus Nicolas Cage's Ghost Rider. Like, bro, we never know. Like, yo, and then it just all go down. And then he just murders everybody. And then it's like, well, adios, A-team. Like, bro, now it's all up to the B-team. Adios, B-team. Now it's up to the C-team. Adios, C-team.
Think about how massive that's going to be.
Like, brother.
That's going to be massive, man.
Yo. I can't wait, honestly. Like, I can't wait, honestly. Let's see. I feel like RDJ was lazy casting. There are so many great actors that can play Doom. I think that they're going to save those great actors to play Doom in the future. When we have a Doom that is not destined for destruction.
I would agree.
I think that's one thing that we can say is I think that's one of the things that is almost solidified with this casting is that destruction is imminent, man. There is literally going to be no coming back from the things that happen because our guy is going to change things forever. The way it makes sense. Iron Man changed things forever, and now Doom will change things forever. Who better to do that? Full circle. Literally, who better to do that? Full circle, baby.
Full circle.
That Ouroboros.
There it is.
If he doesn't do a good Doom, his Iron Man legacy is going to go down the drain. Okay, you know.
That's tough. That's tough.
Damn.
That's tough, and it's kind of on the lines that the comment from earlier that said something sort of similar. And like, I get the logic. But I don't know. That's kind of a tough one. Because I mean, you can say, I mean, he's a different character, right? So you may be able to pass it off with that, but that's a tough one. I really don't have anything profound to say with that one. But it's just a good comment, man. It's a good comment. It's something you got to think about.
That is a good comment, but I mean, well, I guess it's kind of reverse with Ryan Reynolds and stuff, but it's like
a little bit, yeah.
You know, his Green Lantern and his Deadpool before were so bad, but not terrible.
Yeah.
And then this now Deadpool is so amazing that it just kind of outshines the other thing. And I guess you can even kind of say the same for Oscar Isaac, right? Like, people did not like his Apocalypse, but him as Moon Knight, people love it, and he is beloved by that, you know? So, I feel like it's tough. It's a tough area to be in, but I don't think that's possible because Robert Downey Jr. was in Dr. Dolittle, and that movie was shit water, like literally. So I don't, and that didn't
that
really
was so bad,
you know, and that didn't really tarnish anything for him in the same way. And I don't think Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom is going to be anywhere near as bad as him being Dr. Dolittle. You know what I mean?
That's gonna listen. I agree 100%. That is a very, very impossible thing to do, to be as bad as he was and Dolittle. And I don't even think that was his fault. I just thought it was a bad idea from the start. Number one, like
it was stupid.
Do we need another generation of Dr. Dolittle? Is that really necessary?
Even if
obviously it turns out that it wasn't. So, but like I trust the ability of RDJ in this setting. You know what I mean? This is his wheelhouse, so to speak. So you know what I mean? Let's wait and see. But that I get that comment, and I can kind of connect with it to an extent. But I believe the talent of RDJ, as we have all seen, will bolster Doom, and I think he'll do a good job.
Bruh, he might be so good at Doom that we're like, holy shit, he did so good at this, like he almost is Doom now. Like if he's that good, it'll be wild. We're not gonna know what to do, and he is good enough to do that.
I'm just saying, it could happen.
And bro,
what we gonna do then? Now you gotta choose between Iron Man or Doom. Who you choosing? If he gets to that point, who you taking?
Bro,
you know,
like that's a good, for real. If it gets to that, if it's that lit, if we see man ripping spinal cords out and shit, bro, I don't know what's gonna happen. Honestly, bro, I don't know what I'm gonna do if we see that. I'm gonna pass out.
I promise. If I see that happen on the screen, if I see him kill somebody the way he killed Thanos in the comics on the screen, man, look,
bro,
I'm going crazy. I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna run up and down the aisles in the theater. I'm gonna act a fool.
Yeah, it's gonna be wild.
Quick note.
Yeah,
my son said you're cool. He gives you the approval. You got a thumbs up from little man.
Hey, thank you, little man. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. W little men's, yo.
W.
Hey, I appreciate that.
Yeah. We got you on the TV right now. He's watching.
Oh,
so
let's
yeah,
go.
yeah.
Let's go.
W.
Bet that up. Shout out to the little man over there, yo. Yo, the Juice says, I wish they waited till later, not 2 years before the movie. Man, I'm not going to lie. I kind of agree with this so much.
That's a fair
point. I feel
point.
like it is I feel like this is a crazy reveal. Like, I feel like they have kept this such a big secret that revealing it in this way has to be a smokescreen. That's why, like, that's one of the reasons why I kind of feel that way so heavily, is because this is so diabolical of a thing to announce that it has to be like a finesse, because it's like,
it has to be.
If we saw this, if we just didn't know that this was happening and saw it on screen, it would melt our brain holes, bro. So what is actually going to happen in this movie? You know, like, what is actually going to happen?
That's exactly where I was going to go. So, and I agree. I agree with that, with everything you just said, and the comment as well, because, you know, like, this is major and it's huge and it's great for the fans. It gets the internet talking. Marvel wins the internet once again. But at the same time, you know how people get upset when the trailers reveal characters and stuff like that. You know, what if it just happened on screen? There wasn't in a trailer or anything. And then all of a sudden, his face, you know, the mask gets knocked off his face and half of his face is showing, and it's Tony's face.
Yeah, bro.
The craziness, the insanity that would ensue after that. The theater would be so loud, you probably wouldn't be able to hear the rest of anything else that happens.
Literally, bro. Like, what? Yeah, man. What are they gonna, like? I don't even know what could happen for them to make this reveal so early on. The announcements leading up to this is going to be insane, especially because before King Dynasty was going to be like our Avengers team that we know going up against Kang in a multiversal setting. But now that we have it like this, I don't know if that's going to be the same thing that's happening, you know?
Right.
Like,
That's why we're like, it's got to be a smoke screen. There's got to be something else going on, and they're just snatching our attention with this.
Bro, I don't even know what it could be. Literally.
No.
So
think about it. We still got another Comic-Con to go.
Oh yeah, huh?
We got next year. They could have did it next year. You know, they really could have waited. And it's like, nah, they 2 years ahead of time. Like, listen, y'all got 48 months to deal with this news. Like, y'all are so far out. I mean, it's, you know what I mean? I mean, it's 24, but you get what I'm saying. Like, it's that far ahead. It's like, bro, like, I might forget by next Comic-Con.
Bro, I mean, there's probably going to be... Think about this, bro. We heard nothing about Armor Wars. We heard nothing about Ironheart. We heard nothing about Agatha, House of Archness, that we just got a trailer for. Like, we know nothing about a lot of the things that are supposed to be coming on. We know that we're getting a Spider-Man 4. We've heard nothing about it in a while. So there's a lot of shit that can still be announced and a lot of things that can still happen. I don't know if they're going to really stick to this not making hella movies a year. I kind of think that's a bad take. But if they do, you know, then, you know, hey, they do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather them kind of up it and do like 4 or 5 movies a year. Gee, I'm not going to lie. And just kind of have littler movies not, you know, take a big chunk of the space, because there's too much shit going on for us not to get more movies, in my opinion. Especially if we're not getting any Disney Plus movies. Like, any Disney Plus original movies is crazy work. Like, we should be getting Disney Plus original movies. We should be getting presentations, Disney Plus shows. We should be getting movies, like the whole shit. Because, like, we shouldn't have to wait this long to know what's going on with Tiamat Island. That should have popped up somewhere else. You know, like, there's a lot of things like that. That's like, I don't think that they should slow down. They should actually speed it up. And start, like, actually cornering these markets in a better way. Like, okay, well, here's our ground level stuff. So all you guys that loved Dick Wolf, you know what I mean? Like, you guys will love this series because it's all the Daredevil and shit like that. Like, Daredevil is basically Law and Order. You know what I mean? Like, for lack of better words, it's Law and Order with superheroes instead of the police. You know what I mean? That's kind of what's going on there. We lose some of the lawyer stuff in the later seasons, but it's not hard to kind of obtain that again. Same thing with Jessica Jones, that murder mystery vibe. It's like they got all of the things there. They could even do a goddamn general hospital with night nurse. Like, they got everything there if they want to do it. They got everything there if they want to do it for real. So, I feel like, yeah, it is kind of wild that they announced this 2 years before the movie, but we're going to have so much content, so many reveals, so many other things that are going to be happening. Mind you, like Beezy just said, we still have another San Diego Comic-Con. And not only that, but we still have 2 D23s now. Like, right? Like, we have 2 D23s to go and another Comic-Con. So there's a lot of news that can still be announced here and there. And not to mention CinemaCon, because, I mean, they did a lot of announcements at CinemaCon as well. So there's hella opportunities for us to get so many announcements left and right.
It's true. So, yeah, it is kind of early. It is kind of early. I'll agree with that. So, but again, it's always something. Remember when we said you got to sift through the BS? I'm not saying this is BS, but this has the makings of a BS moment. So we got to keep our goggles on here, right? And kind of okay, we see you RDJ, but like, what's going on behind you? You know what I mean? Trying to move him to the left a little bit.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, maybe just I don't know. I don't see God Emperor Doom like just getting beat easily or quickly. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know though. I don't know, man. I don't know. There's just so much going on. So it is too soon.
Very early
as well.
Very
there's a
early.
lot of news that there's still to come, We still haven't seen Mephisto. We don't know, you know what I mean? Like, we haven't seen bruh yet. We don't know what's going to go on with him when he gets introduced. We could just get so much stuff.
Right. You're right. And we still got everything with Mephisto. Like, it's not even just Mephisto, right? It's the entire occult section of Marvel, the supernatural side of Marvel.
Exactly.
Starting with Agatha, right? Like, that entire side of Marvel that's kind of been untouched since Moon Knight. Moon Knight kind of dabbled in it a little bit, right? And we got into the deities, and just the crazy spiritual side of things. We still have to get into that as well. And so we got all of those characters associated with it. We ain't seen anything since Werewolf by Night, right?
Yeah, we ain't seen a Ghost Rider
since then, right? And
oh shit, we also got Black Knight from Eternals. We still ain't seen him.
He's still unresolved. Like, there's still so many things. There are still so many things that haven't been followed up on as of yet. Part of that's because of the shutdowns, and all of that.
Of course.
But like the other part is just there's still other stories that need to be followed up on. So it's crazy when you think about how much we still have to get to. And that's why, again, doubling back, the announcement of RDJ right now, this far ahead, when you take the fan glasses off, it's kind of weird.
It's hella weird, bro. It's the weirdest thing ever. What? It's not even just kind of weird. It's weird as hell, bro. It's weird as hell. I don't even think that they announced that Jonathan Majors was Kang like this. Did they?
They sure the hell didn't. They didn't.
No, we just saw him in Loki. We just saw him in Loki. And we were like, oh shit, it's Jonathan Majors as Kang. Like, what the hell? You know what I mean?
He was denying it. He was denying it the entire time up until Loki.
Like, what's going on, right? Like what's going on, bro? Like the fan glasses definitely have to come off, and the speculation glasses got to come on, because it's like, okay, why are we hearing this so soon? They didn't even tell us that we were getting Kang the Conqueror like that. Like,
they did.
It's just
I think it dropped in like an article, like right before the show hit. I think it dropped in an article.
And then
like the week before the show aired, I think the article hit. It was like, wait, what?
And then it was like, and then it still was hella vague about who he was gonna be. It was like, oh,
Yeah.
you know, he is the Loki villain or whatever, you know, the big bad of Loki or whatever. And it was like, wait, what? J.M.? Bro from Lovecraft Country? Wait a minute, what's going on? Because that's definitely how I felt. I was like, what? Bro from Lovecraft Country? What in the world? This crazy.
Hold on, wait a minute.
So, bro, there's something afoot for sure. There's something afoot.
Oh yeah.
And
Y'all
we
keep
ain't,
y'all
gonna,
antennas
and
up.
we ain't gonna be finessed by the good news. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. No more pump fakes. You're not finna catch me.
Yeah, dead ass.
No
though.
more pump fakes, buddy.
Let's see. A superior Iron Man cameo is the best thing he could do as Doom. Oh, you want him to end up being superior Iron Man instead? That's interesting. I think I've seen a couple of takes like that, but what do you feel about that, Beez?
Now I'll say to that, I don't know. I mean, they could, seeing as how, if everybody remembers in Multiverse of Madness, you saw his robots, Superior Iron Man's robots, was there with the Illuminati, escorting Strange in. So they could essentially follow up on that. I don't know if they will. You know, that's I mean, it's long-term storytelling at its finest, but I don't know if that little particular detail would be something they would latch on to with this, seeing as how we're still talking about a variant, a different universe.
Yeah.
I don't know. It could work because along the lines of Multiverse of Madness, we're talking different universes. We are talking variants. I don't know if they'll latch on to that particular, little thing. I thought it was just a nice little nugget for fans.
Truth.
In that form. But if they were to do that, I don't think anybody would have a problem with it. They do all kind of melding different characters together all the time. So
that's all I'm saying, brother. That's all I'm saying. Like everybody losing their shit like this ain't never happened before. Like, hope they take the place of my guy Silver Surfer or something, crashing through the Infinity War place, bro. Like, these things are small and subtle, baby, but it's showing us what's going to happen in the future of things, too.
Right.
And, okay, let's go right around. Bro, you had the best reaction to the casting. Hey, I appreciate you, $. I appreciate, or whatever your name, whatever that says. I don't know what.
Yeah, that shit was epic.
That shit was epic. That shit was literally wild, bro. I couldn't believe it. And I couldn't even see him. That's the shit that had me wilding. Especially when you watch the video, it's like you see all the Legion of Doom right there, basically, and they're all in all that that muted green color, and they're all just standing there, and then boom, all of a sudden they just open up and you see bro in the bright green. Like, what the hell is this? Like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait, are they about to show us Bruh? Oh my God!
It was a moment.
Dr.
It was
Doom.
a moment for sure.
Oh my God! It's Robert Downey Jr. Like, bro, what? Like,
everybody collectively loses their shit.
Everybody collectively loses their shit. There was a moment like that in Deadpool and Wolverine, and we're not going to talk about that too much. We're going to do our Deadpool and Wolverine stuff tomorrow. Right. But there was a moment where at the beginning of their fight, where bruh gets on all fours, buddy. Holy shit! Oh my God! Oh my God, bro! I don't think there's a moment that has got me more hyped than that in a really long time, bro. Like, I'm trying to think about a moment from a Marvel movie that had me that hype, and there's really not. There's not that many, bro, because it was moving. Like Thor jumping in the air with Stormbreaker in Infinity War, Cap and Black Panther jumping in the air also in Infinity War and catching the fate. Like, those are 3 moments right there that are just insane, bro. Like, insane. Like, it's like fan service. Like, it's just a fan service moment of just 3 seconds that just brings bruh, I almost passed out. Like, I was like, bruh, this is how they're starting it? Holy shit, I'm not going to be ready for anything that's going to be happening in this movie.
They went crazy. Hope everybody watched it. I hope everybody watched it.
Yeah, watch it, bro. We're gonna do a full spoiler discussion on that one tomorrow. So make sure you guys come back for that discussion, where we'll be going over all of the Deadpool and Wolverine stuff, talking about all the crazy cameos, all of the stuff that it means for the wider MCU and beyond, all that good shit. So make sure you guys tune in. Deadpool has no connection to the multiverse. What? I will say that I'm gonna make a mental note of this comment because I definitely thought we were gonna see a bigger role multiverse thing kind of go on, but what we got was still amazing. I think we got a lot, and Deadpool definitely has a huge connection to the multiverse after that movie, a huge one.
Mm-hmm. I would agree. I got nothing to add there. I agree.
Evil Pedro Pascal and Robert Downey Jr. would be crazy, bro. I agree so much. That would be insane. But those dudes are too smart to be on the same team. You know what I mean? Like you can't. Like if you have Iron Man and Mr. Fantastic on the same team, it's gonna get ugly because they're really smart. And if there's no issues between them, like as being hella intelligent, no one's gonna win that. It's just gonna be pretty. Everyone's just gonna kind of lose. Very similar to like what's going on with like basically if you have the Maker and Superior Iron Man on the same team, everyone's gonna have a bad time. That's basically the gist of it. You know, like you don't want that to happen.
Yeah, it's that's just a disaster waiting to happen because the Maker is in it for himself. He's always in it for himself, and it's just not gonna work, man. It's egos, it's high level intelligence, and those things always clash. Always.
Why is everyone mad about Robert Downey Jr. playing that role? Man,
See,
they're mad.
that's what I'm saying.
Look.
That's all I'm trying to say. I'm like, calm down, everybody.
I'm not gonna lie. The anger definitely blindsided me. Not gonna lie to you. I didn't expect the anger. I expected people to be
pissed
like,
offness.
"Oh, well, this is crazy." But to be flat out like, "This is stupid. The MCU is washed. The MCU is cooked." We're not like that threw me for an absolute curveball. I was like, "What? What? No. The MCU is cooking. The MCU is not cooked, bro. You're tripping. The MCU is cooking. Like you spelled that shit wrong."
Man, I didn't even realize there was hate until like much later because my excitement and shock kind of took over, and I didn't even realize like people were upset until probably like 2 hours after the fact. I was like, wait, people are mad? What are we? Did I miss something? I thought we were all hype about this. Robert Downey Jr. The GOAT has returned.
RDJ, bro. This is what
everybody was like, pissed off. They were like upset. I'm like, dang, I didn't.
What the hell did y'all think Kevin Feige meant literally 4 days ago when he said what we just did with Deadpool shows what we could do with Robert Downey Jr. in the future? Like, what the hell did you guys think that
They
meant?
literally
like,
brought Robert Downey Jr. out.
What did...
Didn't we just say Feige don't lie to the public?
Bruh, people... Like, I don't want to call people dumb. I really don't. But I just want to say you have to pay more attention and not be naive. That's what I'll definitely say. Don't be naive, brother, because they are dropping information purposely. They are, these outlets are not dropping scoops and leaks. They're dropping tailored information that Marvel has given them to drop to the press, okay? Like, they are not dropping leaks and scoops, brother. Like, this information is calculated by Marvel and Kevin Feige to be released to the general audience. So when we have that info, we take it at face value because guess what? That's all it is face value the majority of the time. They will leave breadcrumbs in these face value announcements that you have to connect together in order to get a wider story. But overall, brother, you just gotta kind of, I don't know. It's like, I don't know, man.
Like
you
anytime the head honcho starts mentioning names, specific actors, you should probably listen to what he's saying, and you should probably keep a head on the swivel because something is coming. Because he said it right before this.
literally right before.
Why would
Like,
you? Why would you just name drop Robert Downey Jr. Ahead of Comic-Con?
oh shit, that's the
The head
weirdest
honcho
thing.
now.
That's the
The
weirdest
top
thing
dog,
ever,
the man
bro.
in charge said this. If it was like somebody else, you know what I mean, like one of the underlings, you know what I mean, or somebody who just, if it was like a director or something, you're like, okay, all right, maybe he's just talking. But like, no. This came from the man, the top dog. He literally said, you know, give us an idea what could we do with Robert Downey Jr. Like, oh, Robert, where's Robert in this? Hold on.
Like, why did you say just say
Robert?
his name? I was so confused when that happened, bro. I was so confused, bro. I was like, what? Wait, this shows what we can do with Robert Downey Jr. Why the hell did you say that?
Going back to the cast, I was like, hold on.
Like,
Hugh
bro,
Jackman, Ryan Reynolds. I don't see Robert anywhere here.
like, why did you say that? Bro, literally dropping crazy breadcrumbs all the time. It's insane. Like, Kevin Feige is an Easter egg master. So that's why you really have to pay attention to the things that he says and does. Because he knows us as fans, and he knows us as YouTubers and scoopers. Like, he knows he knows every section of the fan base, and he knows how to play literally all of us against each other and together. Like, he knows how to do it in a really crazy way. It's kind of scary how masterfully he can do everything, bro. Like, it's a little creepy. It's like, wait a minute. Like, bro, don't get me started on She-Hulk and how they accurately depicted everything that was going to happen on Twitter the next day. That shit was
single
Oh
thing.
my God, bro. I was like, whoa. They know the fan base better than the fan base thinks that they do, brother. Like, we are just living in this world, and they are controlling they're controlling it, bro, on a heavy level. Like, they're controlling that shit on a heavy level. That shit was so meta. It's like they updated the episode with what was going on in real life. You know what I mean? Like, it's like they recorded 3 versions, and it was like, depending on what happens, we're gonna put that version out, G, because they were just spot on with everything. Like, down to the shit people were saying. And then they did that sizzle reel of basically the Reddit threads, and that shit was hilarious, bro. It was literally comments, bro. It was literally the shit people were saying.
That was next level.
Oh, great, Hulk's a girl now. Like, oh, there's a girl Hulk now. Like, bro, all of that shit was insane, brother. All of that shit was insane. They know the fan base, and they know every ounce of the fan base. They know the cultists, they know the super nerds, they know the haters, and they know the shills. Like, they know all of them, bro. They know all of them, and they know how to play every side, and they do it better than anybody. Legitimately, time and time again.
They are tapped in, man. They know what's going on.
Right.
If you don't think they're looking, they are. I'm telling you, there's people. I'm gonna tell you right now. There's probably people watching this right now. You probably got some spies on you right now. It might be some folk in the chat. You might get some comments, and it might be one of them.
Dead ass though, because they be lurking.
Oh yeah, big time.
RDJ ripping Toby in half would be crazy, bro. That would be
Holy
absolutely
moly.
Just bathing in the blood of Toby Spider-Man. Oh my gosh, it would be so crazy.
Yeah, that's next level.
RDJ being Doom, even if it's not great, will have no effect on his role and legacy as Iron Man. I agree with that one. I agree with that one. I don't think it really could affect his legacy as Iron Man. I think it just means he can't play Doom. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's just that. I think it's just that. Like, it's just simple as that, bro. Like
maybe stay with Iron Man.
Yeah, like, hey, Ryan Reynolds, just stick to Deadpool. Don't ever try to be Green Lantern again. You know, like, it's simple things, bro. Like, it's simple. Like, it's just simple.
Yeah.
Like, we don't have to look too deep into it, you know? Hey, Ben Affleck, I love you as Batman, my boy, but you got to hang up the sticks as Daredevil. You know, like it's
don't do Daredevil.
just
Stay away
you know,
from that.
like bro,
Don't put on the
like
red
just
no more.
don't put the red on no more.
Don't put the red
like,
on no more.
It's simple, bro. It's simple. leave that to Charlie, bro. Leave that to
Yeah,
Charlie.
Charlie
you
got
know,
it.
like
Go ahead and retire, big dog. Go ahead and retire.
Yo. What if black suit Tom Holland punches him in the face and the mask falls off? Bro is gonna be shooked. Yeah, that's gonna be insane, bro. If that
You know how
happens,
crazy that's gonna be. Black suits fighting.
I mean, I guess that would be the one
aggression?
to really break it. Now to think about it, I mean, he would be the one to lose it and break that mask, buddy.
I'm saying, hopped up
fire.
on all that aggression and all that rage. Yeah,
That would be fire, bro.
Yeah, that's wild.
And then this has to happen, you know what I mean? Like I was saying before. Then he has to come through with. Then Doom has to pull up with the specter beams out of his hands and straight disintegrate that man. You know, like this is what has to happen immediately after that. Like immediately after he punches the mask off, he has to look at him and he's like, "Bro, I am Doom." And then he's just. Wah, 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 hit him with the beam, you know what I mean? Because that shit would be diabolical.
Yeah, that'd be another super emotional moment, right?
Bruh. See?
Coming back from when he disintegrated in Tony's arms.
Exactly. And then now exactly, bro. The circle storytelling moments, they're just endless with this type of stuff, bro. With this casting, the shit that can be done, bro, it's just so heavy, bro.
The emotion is built in. The emotion is built in. You don't even have to really put much effort into it. The relationships that he has with everybody that's there now. I mean, it's writing itself. It's writing itself at this point.
And don't let him take over Loki's spot or something as God Emperor of stories or some crazy shit. And he is able to know the lives and the backgrounds of what's going on for everybody and then just play on all of that with each person he's talking to. What if he acts like he's Tony Stark and he's really Doom though? Like all of that would be crazy. Like we get Spider-Man Far From Home again, but this time it's just Tony Stark actually acting like that.
And I think that's part of what's going to happen here, because we know, like in the Secret War story, Molecule Man was that guy who had the power to reshape things, and that's where Beyonder was using him, and Doom essentially through Molecule Man got Beyonder's powers. I think Loki in that sense is like the Molecule Man right now. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that you bring that up. The fact that you bring that up, I think that holds weight. I think there's merit to that. I think that's a possibility.
Yo, that would be
Loki
actually
is essentially the Molecule Man, because he now is holding this multiverse together, right? He is the man with all the timeline, so he has that untold infinite power.
Oh shit!
I'm saying,
God, bro, whoa!
I'm saying, we start connecting dots here. Start making 1 + 1 = 2 equations. We have a potential of Loki having to face off with Doom and vice versa.
But
that's a whole lot of crazy shit happening.
So you have Loki taking the place of the Molecule Man, and then Kang taking the place of the Beyonder. Whoa,
that's crazy.
Whoa, right? Whoa, buddy, and then having Tony Stark, Dr. Doom, come in and murder everybody and basically take the throne at the end of it all.
Take it all.
Bro.
Take it all. I'm saying, like, just... I mean, look at how crazy that sounds.
That would be crazy, bro. Holy shit.
And think about how crazy that would be on screen. With those faces.
Yo. Bro, that would be wild.
That's insane, man.
To see basically the reverse of Loki talking to Iron Man in the first Avengers movie? Oh, shit. But it's him as Doom talking to Loki? Like you're a peasant? Like, bro, you're not even shit out here in these streets? Oh, that would have been crazy.
He did talk wet to that man, though. He
talked crazy to that boy. What do you mean? Talk
So
crazy
wild.
to
Man. Boy,
that
who
fool.
are you? Oh, oh.
He talked
Oh, damn,
crazy to
Loki
him.
kind of disrespectful today.
Bruh.
He's
Yo,
feeling
actually,
himself.
that would be fire, bro. That would actually be
It's wild, right?
fire, bro.
It's wild.
Holy
I'm just
shit.
saying. I'm just saying. I don't have any confirmation on that. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah, that would
essentially.
be. Yeah. That's the theory of the day right there. You feel me? I
Right.
gotta make a video off of that one for sure. Hold on, cause that's heat. That is heat. We cooked that shit up right there. That was some,
Patterns. Just thought patterns, knowing because the Molecule Man is that guy.
yeah, he is. He
Loki's
is.
essentially that guy now.
Whoa, that would be crazy. Whoa.
Just wild shit. With
Yo,
all
that's
their faces, recognizable faces. Like it's gonna, it'll be crazy. Period. Right. But the emotional value now skyrockets because it's faces that we are familiar with, and they're on the opposite side of things.
Truth. And that's something that we love to see, bruh. We love to see that shit go down.
Hell yeah.
Damn.
Absolutely.
I'm low-key high off of that theory that just was cooked up right now. Like that's insane, bro. I feel like that could really be what happens, yo. I feel like that could really be what happens. I'm not gonna lie. That sounds really good. And I feel like there's enough breadcrumbs and everything there. There's enough evidence in there, like all of it, bro. Yeah, I'm about to make a 15-minute video.
We could do it, man. That would be nuts.
Oh, bro, that would be insane, bro. To see Doom take over the TVA through the Fantastic Four, like that would be cool. Like, bro, like I'm seeing all of it come together now. Like the Fantastic Four get saved by the TVA because Galactus is destroying their universe type shit. While in the TVA, freaking Dr. Doom like hitches a ride on it somehow with like a Doom bot or some crazy stupid shit like that. And then boom, he takes over the TVA. He goes there. He goes into the room. Since he's Doom, he just literally walks into that. He just walks up to Loki because he's Doom. Like he just walks up to him and they just start going at it, fighting. And then Loki is like simultaneously trying to fight and hold the threads of all the universes at the same time. Bruh.
Right.
Bruh. That all would be insane. All of that would be insane.
Absolute chaos. And I'm here for all things chaos. I live for chaos. Give me that.
Yo. Yeah, bruh. It's about to get spicy.
It's wild.
It's about to get spicy. Like, holy.
Man.
Joshua says, I appreciate the casting choice, and I hope this is an Iron Man variant. That's what we're leaning on, it being an Iron Man variant and not actually Victor Von Doom. It makes the most sense, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Save Doom for when we actually are going to have, like, a proper Doom. While it would have been dope to see the rise of Dr. Doom to becoming God Emperor Doom, we don't have the time for that right now. You know what I mean? We just don't have the time for that.
Track it.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. We got to fast track that shit up. So
like, yo, we got to get up and go. We got to go.
Yeah. Evil Tony versus Good Loki. Another callback to the first Avengers. Yes, brother. It has to end the way it started. And I think Loki, the show Loki, might have even hinted that is the way that we were going no matter what, though. Like, is it starting, like, ending the way that it started? It's the Ouroboros. I mean, the entire show, he ends with doing the thing he doesn't want to do, but wanting to do, you know what I mean? It's all right there. Like, it's all there. So, damn, bruh. The breadcrumbs are
It's crazy how this all starting to fit together.
Yeah, it's crazy to see the puzzle pieces be created and put together at the same time. Like, it's like, oh, shit. It's like, oh, this was the missing piece. Literally, like Tony Stark, like getting RDJ as God Emperor Doom was the missing piece for all of the theories and things that we had before. Like literally,
Never knew it. Never freaking knew it, man.
Never knew.
Never knew.
We were like, how does all of this connect together? Robert Downey Jr.
You know what's crazy? There was one point, and I think in the Cage Discord, we were talking about how to transition from now to post Secret Wars, and I was saying like maybe one of the characters survives over like Cap. Like, you know, Cap is always a guy out of time. Like maybe he kind of makes it to the new timeline, post Secret Wars timeline from there, and that would be like our connective thread. This is essentially that, but just way better. Because it's a guy who no one would expect. It's a guy who no one would expect because he's freaking dead. So this is insane. This is insane, man.
Yeah, man. I think also to speak on that, because I remember that conversation that we had, and when you said that, I was like, maybe it'll be Wolverine and they'll do what they did with the House of M, but for this. And he'd be the one that kind of retains all of it. I'm not going to lie, what they just did with that Deadpool and Wolverine, I'm not going to lie, that makes it seem like I'm saying, you know, like it feels like all of these things are coming together, bro. It feels like all of these things that we've talked about are really starting to just paste together slowly but surely. Holy
and it was just us
shit.
just sitting there spitballing, man. This is crazy.
Yeah, bro. I'm kind of mind blown a little bit off of how these things.
Facts.
Because again, it's not like it's not like we know that this is what's 100% going to happen or any of that. But with all like it's pretty clear though. Like it's a pretty clear vision. I think it's a really smart, educated wish. You dig?
Oh man.
Yo.
Man, yeah. Hey, if you know, you know. If you know, you know.
I definitely think that this is an educated wish. A good one, though.
Oh,
a damn
man,
good
that's
one.
Great.
A damn good
great.
one. Oh, sheesh. Oh, man. Wagwan says, bad move by the MCU. That's why DC clears. Hey, buddy, we haven't even seen a DCU movie yet, so we got to chill out. The DC already has one failed franchise, so I don't think that, I don't think that, you know, I think you should think that through, buddy, before you tell that to anyone else.
It's a tad bit premature, my guy. It's a tad bit. All we got was Creature Commandos and some Superman and Lois and a new DC logo. Relax. Relax. And I'm a DC fan, okay? I'm a DC fan.
But we didn't get shit, bro. We are not eating that much, bro. Like, those set photos were not that good. Like, let's take a breath. Bruh. Yo, we literally got the same amount of set photos from Daredevil Born Again. No cap. Like, legit. We got the same amount of set photos from both. But I will say that I saw someone put up a post on Twitter, and it was like, if MCU can do this, now all we need is for the DCU to do this. And it was a picture of Henry Cavill, and then it had Doomsday next to him. So it was like, let's make Henry Cavill Doomsday for the DCU, basically.
Right.
And I'm like, hey, I mean, I'm not mad at it. It's not like we're going to see who the hell it is anyway, you know? It's not like everybody just knows that Thanos is Josh Brolin because of his looks. You know? Like, it's not a Thanos type of thing. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, a Hulk type of thing. Like, Hulk looks like Mark Ruffalo. Thanos does not look like Josh Brolin.
Hell no, he do not look like no Josh Brolin.
He got that bald chinian thing going on, like all of
it.
Yeah.
Just...
Thatch, what's up with it? Thatch, my guy says, big feelings on this one. I really think this is genius. Secret Wars is so well set up when seen through hindsight. Exactly. hindsight is 2020 right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Every
Like
time,
the
man.
hindsight is 2020. So like if we look with hindsight from the viewpoint of Secret Wars, we're like, oh shit, this is amazing how we got here. Especially
Right.
like looking at how we got to Infinity War and how Infinity War makes a lot of Infinity War and Endgame makes like all of the saga better for it. You know what I mean? Like it makes everything better for it. All the way down to Ultron. Like it even makes Age of Ultron like, oh, this is awesome movie. Like, bro, this is awesome. All of this stuff is great. It's like, this is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
We are gonna get that same vibe here. I think Eternals is a huge thing that's like that as well. That's like, oh, bro, the hindsight for Eternals is going to be insane once we get to like Secret Wars and all this other stuff, and Galactus starts showing up. It's gonna be like, oh shit, Eternals set all this up. You know what I mean? It's gonna
The only problem I think that's huge. That's huge because really we haven't done much cosmic anything outside of Guardians of the Galaxy, and even they were kind of sporadically there in the cosmic side of things, right? So I think once we focus more on the cosmos, the more we'll realize the importance of the Eternals and the Celestials and all of that, how those things intertwine. Because realistically, man, the Celestials are the birth of the Marvel universe, all the way down from the Kree and the Skrull and the Eternals and the Deviants, and then down to just humans being able to adapt and having the ability to obtain superpowers, and then mutants having
instead of like
the ability
dying
to
from
have
gamma
that
radiation and all that stuff, right?
That's all part of the Celestials and what their makeup and how it affected the Earth, which I'm gonna throw this y'all way. You might want to pay attention to an episode in Eyes of Wakanda in that regard. But
okay.
And so it's when we look back on it, you'll realize that we just got to get to the point where they explain the importance in retrospect. So it's like after watching Infinity War, which is on TV right now, I just walked to my living room and it was on. I think it's on TNT. I'm not sure, but knowing what we know from Infinity War and Endgame, and then looking back on the entire saga, you're like, holy shit, like these movies were necessary. These things had to happen. These all connect. These dots here, these dots there, these dots there. And then when you keep going further back, you'll realize how important Thor: The Dark World is. Because that movie is the one that introduced the entire theory of the multiverse and different realms and how those all go together. And if you go back and watch that and really focus on what Dr. Selvig, he said, and then go back and watch Loki, especially season 2, you'll realize, like, holy shit, they've been telling us this the entire time.
Yeah.
The entire time. It's been in our face. They just threw it out and then kind of skated around it until now.
That's
but it's always been in the background. So it's like, oh, holy.
And again, I think that's why people are so mad, because this is definitively letting them know what's going on. You know what I mean? There is it's not a guessing game really anymore. Well, it is for
you gotta deal with it.
More naive, but you know, like for those that actually are kind of understanding what's happening, they're like, oh, bro, it's going down. You know, like it's going down.
The realization is here.
Yeah.
Like, damn, this is really. Yeah, we're in the home stretch, my people. We coming around third base. All right. We're coming around third base on our way home. First base, second base, third base, home plate. We coming around third. I'm telling you, we getting there.
We're getting real close. We're getting real close, yo. But any final thoughts, bro, before we get on out of here, man? Because we've been yapping for a while now. House of the Dragon's about to start soon as well, so you know I got to get ready for that. So let's get some final thoughts, G.
Yeah. So
you said you got what? You said you got what?
I said I got some wings ready for House of Dragon and everything, man. Hey, listen, I was on my way to B-Dubs when I got on the call. You know what I mean? I had to go.
Okay, I see you.
So I'm ready. But yeah, I mean, as far as everything we talked about, I really think there's a lot of positive to take away from it. You just, it's all about perspective. But I do
Facts.
think there is a lot of positive to look forward to. Um, Really, I urge everyone to pump the brakes and read the books that's on the screen there.
Yeah.
Really, really go in, take a look at those books. Those are going to set the table for you and let you know where we're at, where we're going, and how we're going to get there. And everything else will fall into place. And just give it a shot. Give it a shot, man. I don't work for Marvel. I don't work for Disney. I'm not advertising for them, anything like that. This is just an honest fan giving an honest opinion.
Facts.
Just throwing it y'all way.
And I'll capitalize on that as well. Like, man, we are super nerds that love lore and world building that goes on no matter how it happens. And we at the same time we understand that this is a business for everybody. Like, we're nerds and we love it, but for them they looking at the dollars. So the only way you're able to truly enjoy these things is if you look at it from that middle point that we were talking about earlier, because that is where the truth always lies. The truth always lies within the middle all the time. So understanding that, what is going on in the comic books, what's going to be happening in the future of these comics as well, not just past comics, but new comics. They're making comics right now that are literally building blocks of what we're going to be seeing for a lot of these characters. Like, it's happening all the time. We mentioned it already with, like, what's going on in the Ultimates comic. Like, you definitely should be reading the Ultimates line if you want a little bit of understanding what we might be getting after Secret Wars, to be completely honest.
Yep. Yep.
If you really want to start getting into all of that, we can, and we do. So if you want to as well, you got to read the books. You got to read the books or you ain't going to know what's happening. And again, there is way too many comics to expect all the ones that you like to be the only ones that they use. So just please, like, keep an open mind. High expectations and an open mind is literally what we always rock with. And that's what I encourage everyone in attendance today to do as well. And also, you guys can drop all of your final thoughts on how you feel about this crazy announcement in the comment section down below, whether you're watching live or if you're watching on YouTube in the replay. Let us know how you're feeling. I want to know what's going on. And let me also give you those comic books to read one last time so you guys know. Let me put this up on screen real quick. Let me go big screen. Oh, it's not there. Hold on. Window capture. There we go. All right, there it is on the screen for y'all. Take a screenshot of it. Can I put it? Okay, I can do it kind of big. Here, well, on YouTube it's big, but on TikTok you guys can't see the whole thing, so I'm sorry. I'll transition back for y'all too. Take a screenshot of it though, so you guys all know what's going on here. This is, oh, you know what? Actually, I can do it like this. Bam. Let's do this, and then we're gonna take this image. Oh wait, no, I can't do what I was about to do. I thought I could, but it's too late. Yeah, so go ahead and get you. So you're going to want to check out Iron Man, Demon in an Armor. You're going to want to check out Infamous Iron Man. You're going to want to check out Avengers number 5, Secret Wars, and Avengers Time Runs Out. Let me actually put this in the order. I think the order that you would want to check it out, though, specifically would be like something like this. Infamous Iron Man, the Infamous Iron Man, and then the Demon one, and then Time Runs Out, and then finishing it off with Secret Wars number 5. I think that's probably the best way to kind of get all of the information that you need in order to know what's going to be going on for the future of comics, okay? So for the future of what's going to be going on with the MCU, excuse me. So Infamous Iron Man will give you a understanding of Dr. Doom and who he is on a level of not just the villain, but also the other side of him that there is, because there is another side of Dr. Doom other than that villain. It'll also give you a better understanding of that mantle that he wants to take up of Iron Man in this era of Infamous Iron Man. Tony Stark is dead. He's not alive. So you got to check that out because Victor Von Doom takes the mantle of Iron Man, but he's still Victor Von Doom. Then an Iron Man demon in an armor. This is a what if story, and the what if is what if Tony Stark and Victor Von Doom shared a room in college. Basically, instead of him and Reed Richards sharing a room, is Doom and Tony. In this comic, stuff happens. Doom becomes Iron Man. Tony becomes Doom. You just gotta watch. You just gotta read it to really understand what's going on. It's heavy.
That one you gotta read. You just gotta read that one.
Yeah, you definitely gotta read that one. It's something that can be explained easily. What did you say Time Runs Out was about? Because I know that was one of your recommendations.
Yes. It's a Doctor Strange story basically on how he's trying to stop the incursions from happening. And so he goes on a mission. He teams up with Clea, and they go out and they try to stop the Earths from colliding. And there are already teams in place that are currently doing that. Some of their methods of doing so are pretty extreme. And so they're just trying to figure out a way to stop all of this from happening because, I mean, Earth is in danger because there's all these other Earths that are crashing into it. And so we got some villains that'll show up that are currently in the MCU right now. Some we're still dealing with, some they're still on the question marks. But you'll see how we do that. And you saw at the end of Multiverse of Madness, Strange hopped off with Clea. So here we go.
Woo! That's crazy. And then we wrap it all up with Secret Wars number 5. That is where we see Doom basically really ignite his plan to become God Emperor Doom. So you're definitely going to want to check out all 4 of these comics unequivocally. Like, I feel like this is a must read if you really want to understand where we're going for the future of this, especially with this Robert Downey Jr. announcement. Because even if Robert Downey Jr. is Victor Von Doom, these 2 comics, Infamous Iron Man and Iron Man Demon in Armor, are going to let you know how much of a dynamic that is and how much of a difference and how much similarities there are between those 2 characters. Because there are a ton of similarities between Doom and Iron Man. I would say probably more than Doom and Reed Richards, in my opinion.
I would agree.
So there they are, ladies and gentlemen. Big shout out to my guy Beezy, man. I definitely appreciate you, brother, for pulling up and talking with me and nerding out about all of this shit, bro. We're definitely gonna have to do it more often.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. Thanks for everybody, the viewers that rock with me in the chat. I'll be chatting with y'all here in a little bit for the House of Dragon stream.
Oh, yeah. Facts. I'm going to be live again in about 15 to 20 minutes when we're going to be doing our watch party and review for House of the Dragon. So all of you lovely people, if you guys are watching Hot D as well, make sure you come back because we're going to be checking out this new episode. We have it's going to be wild. We got a black dude on a dragon, y'all. So this episode is going to be insane. It's gonna be crazy.
As if this weekend couldn't get any crazier.
Bro, I'm saying, G, like it's...
Yo, that's wild.
Oh,
that's wild, man.
Bro. That's comedy. Yo, but and then tomorrow we will be doing another stream for Deadpool and Wolverine, talking all about the movie, full spoilers, cameos, everything. So make sure you guys are here for that. And yeah, with all that being said, I definitely appreciate each and every one of you guys for tuning in and vibing out with us. And again, shout out to my guy Mike Beezy for vibing with us. Don't forget to check us out on social media at Marvel Bros, to save the day with all things Marvel and everything pop culture. You can follow me on social media at Sensei Finito to save the day with all my thoughts, theories, and opinions on whatever particular thing I may be partaking in. And of course, you already know, check out that podcast wherever you check out your podcasts at. As I always say, I hope everybody has a fantastic rest of your day. Stay awesome, stay nerdy, and don't forget to stay marvelous. Excelsior.
If you guys would like to support Marvel Bros, all you gotta do is visit our website at www.marvelbros.com and buy some merch. Represent the superfan. Or you can join our Patreon to get early access to content, patron-only scoops, giveaways, private Q&As, and those sacred watch parties. We appreciate you guys. We'll catch you on the next one. Excelsior.
On today's pop culture news update.